our people. My name is Ben Murray Bruce, and I just want to make common sense.
Okay, my people, I don't know what my listener is talking about. It might be right, it might be wrong, but I believe my panelists are in a better position to answer that. But before that, please, can we have some share on this video? There's no single share. Before we have a share, I have a video to play from some Nigerian youths, or rather, concerned Nigerians. So while the video is playing, please, I just want you to share and like this video before we get into this. We have a couple of videos to play today, but let's listen to the excitement from this Nigerian youth. All right, my people, before we move on, we have our sister, one of our team here that want to talk to us, Madam Rita. Madam Rita, talk to us. Good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon. I just watched the Omoyele Sowore video, and I would say I'm quite disappointed. I think right now he's behaving like a jealous pariah. It's like the popularity that Peter Obi is getting now. He seems like if he feels he's supposed to get that popularity. You see, the last time he was on this studio, and I know some of us were asking him certain questions, and you could see his body language. He was upset. I keep saying it. The way things are going for him, it's working against him. He's a very stubborn man. He's an intelligent man, but his stubbornness is overriding what he has to give to the people. And if he truly loves Nigeria like he did, if he truly loves Nigeria, he should collaborate with Peter Obi to take out the goons that he keeps talking about. If he keeps talking about the big wigs, how they are corrupt, blah, blah, then he should collaborate with this man. What is his problem? With all due respect to him, what is his problem? I'm very disappointed. As a matter of fact, that video is like, he has damaged his reputation as far as I am concerned, how I feel about him. And I think a lot of Nigerians feel the same way. Yeah. You understand? He just sounds like a jealous guy. It's like pride goeth before it falls. That's what the Bible says. And I think this pride is going to make him fall. Seriously speaking, because he hasn't touched power before. There's a man that has touched power before. You understand what it is to be in the corridors of power, and that is Peter Obi. He hasn't touched power before. Look at how he's behaving. I must say, I'm quite disappointed, and I would advise all his supporters, if you truly love Nigeria, this is not about Peter Obi or Omoyele Sowore. It's about saving Nigeria. We need to be emancipated from the shackles of what we've been going through for 30, 40 years. Things have to change. Please supporters of Omoyele Sowore and Sowore himself, if he listens to this video, please, sir, you need to collaborate with Peter Obi. Truly to save Nigeria like you have been preaching for years. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Rita. Let's talk to somebody else. My panels, please just be patient with me. Hello. Yeah, good evening to you, sir. Thanks for calling us. Talk to us, please.
Yeah, good evening, sir. My brother, Nigeria was the Moses of our time.
How are you doing, sir? Thank you.
More blessing to you. God bless you, sir. Yesterday, sir, you know, say I call you in the morning when you were on your program or this program. I told you about this thing. I saw Omoyele Sowore, if he didn't support Peter Obi, and it's going to bring himself down. You know, get the whole crowd now, the youth, they are supporting Peter Obi. The next thing Omoyele Sowore will do is to join Peter Obi. He will get great respect. No, say yesterday evening, I see call when I was saying, Omoyele Sowore is just like a John the Baptist in the Bible to come and clear the way. He has fight for Nigeria. He has done many things for Nigeria. But Peter Obi is the Messiah God has brought to us. Omoyele is to come and clear that way. To tell Nigeria, see what is happening. See what he does like when God sent John the Baptist to go and clear the way for Jesus Christ. Go and tell them that Jesus Christ is coming. That's what Omoyele Sowore what he did. Now the whole youth, they are not tells you, okay, we are not for Peter Obi. Omoyele Sowore to join. To join the youth. What he's doing so, he does something maybe, I don't know what grudges or gossip, he does the same thing like Tinubu. But Tinubu is the same thing Tinubu is saying. This is what Omoyele is saying. So he's going to lose many things about that respect. He's going to go down. Not started, unless he have to turn around now to support Peter Obi. Because Nigerians, we are saying it is Peter Obi, and Omoyele should come and support us. That's what I want to say, sir. God bless you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you, sir. Thank you. Yeah. All right. As you all can see, Omoyele Sowore, you know, I don't know how to analyze it because I'm going to go to my panelists right now. Said Labour Party is an orphanage home, you know, where homeless politician goes. What does that mean? It means that Peter Obi is likely an orphan. You can see. So let me go to my panelists and see what they have to say about this. I'm going to be starting with Engineer Ken. Engineer Ken, you know, before you lose your spot again, you know, Engineer Ken is always losing his spot and he cannot come back. Engineer Ken, good evening to you once again. Please talk to us. If you're available, are you available right now, Engineer Ken? See, he's not available right now. Okay.
Yes, I'm available.
All right, okay.
I'm available. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah, my brother, man, I'm just speechless, you know. So to hear this from Sowore, you know, is a very big disgrace on his own part. He has used his own hand to collapse his own personality. You know what I seen, what I seen in there. I saw Desperado on Omoyele Sowore. I saw Desperado. I saw threat. I saw he's very very uncomfortable. You know, he's so afraid that Peter Obi is getting more ground than him. You know, Omoyele has a lot of big problems. That he's a very, very proud man. You know, any man that has pride in him cannot lead a people or neither a nation. You know, he says a lot of nasty things about Peter Obi. Peter Obi, among the constanters that we have right now in Nigeria, Peter Obi is the only man that has that charisma. Peter Obi is the only man that has that credibility. You know, because we have seen him. He has demonstrated his own side as a two-time governor of Anambra State. Well, Sowore has nothing to show. He has nothing to show, just an activist. You know, every one of us are fighting for Nigerian gold. You know, so what the thing I see right now in Omoyele Sowore is a desperado. You know that even himself right now, I cannot trust him. You know, to have a ticket, neither to become a Nigerian president, even in any position at all in Nigeria, Omoyele Sowore cannot be trustworthy. for him to call Peter Obi a refuge, that is running down to Labour Party for shelter. That's a very, very big insult to Peter Obi, because the Peter Obi that I know did not go to Labour because he wants a shelter. He go to Labour because he wants to sell his idea. He went to Labour because he wants to demonstrate the kind of person that he is, that this is my idea, this is my love for my country. That is why he went there to campaign, and Labour gave him that platform to become the next president of our country. This is a moving train, a train that cannot be stopped by anyone. Sowore or no Sowore, Peter Obi must emerge. Peter Obi must win that presidential seat to become the president of Nigeria. If I were Sowore, I would take my word back and I would swallow it, and I would tender an apology to Peter Obi and Labour Congress. But I know that he's not going to do that. Even if you put a gun to his head, he won't do it. He's my friend. He's very, very stubborn, but I didn't know that he's stupid. This is what I call stupidity and foolishness. Thank you very much, Mr. Naija Watch. This is my take for now.
Wow, my brother got vexed, and I'm not surprised to see.
I'm not cursed today. I tried today, because you with mommy, my wife, everybody condition me right now. I'm not the curse again. I'm not the shoot gun. So I tried to, I think I tried.
Yes, you were very composed today. I appreciate that. Thank you. My people, please just hold on. Let me pick. Hello, sir. Good evening to you. We missed you on the screen. Talk to us.
Don't worry, Naija. Good evening, Naija Watch. Good evening. I'm also trying to get in, but meanwhile, let me say this. I watched the video clip on Sowore.
Yeah.
He's not trying to join issues, but I believe because Naija Watch is a very credible platform, a lot of people have been saying good things about our platform because of the conduct and the way we manage everything. So it will be interesting because I'm from Anambra State, and when Sowore said that Peter Obi managed strike, 13-month strike, I think he's talking about Peter Obi. So I want to see, when did he get that information? Because we cannot be throwing figures around or throwing allegation around. Peter Obi, whenever he speaks, he will say, go and verify. So please, Naija Watch, if you can, use your links and ask around. When Peter Obi was governor of Anambra State between 2006 and 2014, 14th March 2006 to 14th March 2014, was Anambra State on 13-month strike? I mean, it's easy to find out. So let us know so that we can confront Sowore with it. You can't be throwing allegation around. The issue of being an orphan or no orphan, that is pure gas. I'm not interested in that. But saying that people, a state, there were strike for 13 months under Peter Obi in Anambra State, I doubt it. So he should be held to.
It's my first time hearing that as well. It's my first time hearing that.
Exactly. So that's why, that's why I'm saying. So because this is Naija Watch, we know everybody talks good. So I think if you can conduct a research, find out and come back and tell us here that look at what Sowore, because let me just put it this way. Like in CNN, the way they interview people is they will say, okay, let's take a listen to this. It might be what you said 2 years ago, and you'll be hearing your voice, and then they will ask you, this is what you said, it's not being misquoted. Saying that people will be managed 13-month strike, I doubt it. Seriously, I doubt it. And that will cast, if he eventually found not to be true, to be honest with you, I will write off Sowore. Even the 1% reputation I have for him, I will cancel it, I will delete it.
We will do our own investigation about that, I'll find out. Thank you very much. I'll find a way to join us on the screen.
Yes, sir. I did get.
All right. No, I agree to Baba. Thank you, sir. All right. Callers, please just hold on for now. Let me focus on my panelists right here on the panel. Okay, let's move on now to Mr. Destiny. Mr. Destiny, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
The Destiny, tell us, what's your take on this? What's happening?
Well, for my own take is that the video, like the one he talked about the orphan, is not a, this one is not the first time. When there's a program they organize in Abuja, there, that was when he made that statement. He just reminded people that he said something like this 3 months ago about Labour Party, that any politician that not have any space in any other party will come there, that they should be careful. So for the Anambra State strike, which me I don't know, I'm not aware of it. So normally, if anybody want to say something, you need to verify, because if he's not saying something that is right, definitely he's bringing himself down. Because even me, I don't follow somebody that says something that you know is not right. I don't follow because maybe you are this. If I'm following you, you did something wrong and you didn't correct yourself. With that respect, I will collect it very fast, very, very fast, and give you the one you deserve. So if it's true that Peter Obi, that if he's lying, that there's nothing like that, definitely my respect I have for him, I will reduce it a little bit. So like everything that he said in that video, for me, I always said it, that the only thing what make me did not like Peter Obi most is that what he said. If there's anything going on in Nigeria, Peter Obi don't always voice out. I always said, yeah, that is one of the things that made me do not like that man. Definitely, if anything still happen, he will not still say anything about any of us. Even things that is happening outside Nigeria, since even all these embassy that will go to embassy to collect passports will be problem in different countries. Many Nigerians talk about it when they go to TV station. I've never listened to Peter Obi. I always see when he go to Arise News. I've never condemned it or said anything about it. It's only even in Ghana, what happened in Ghana the other time that they destroyed our embassy. When he went to that Arise News, he did not condemn it, nothing. So all those are the things that made me say I can never support somebody like that. Because if you have opportunity of speaking in those kind of places, anything that happens, you have to condemn it. So that is my own take.
Thank you very much, Mr. Destiny. We'll be coming back to you again. We have a lot of videos we're going to be playing today. How Atiku was called a failure. How Tinubu was that Tinubu own. I'm not going to use my mouth talk him at all. I go plan. I go hear from Dino Malay. In fact, I don't know if this. Sometimes when these guys are talking, I don't know if they listen to themselves or if they will meet again. I don't know. They just say it how it is. The way Dino Melaye destroyed Tinubu, I think it was unfair. But still, let's move on. I have Mr. Lucky right there. Lucky Ralph, please talk to us, sir. What is your take on this? Before Mr. Lucky Ralph will say something, Kashi, I've handed over the broadcast to you now. So the next person will be Mano Bendel. Mr. Lucky Ralph, please talk to us.
Good evening, Niger
Hello.
Watch.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
good evening. Please, sometimes, selfish interest can lead people astray. Sowore is is a is a is a good man, but his action is like telling us all the activist work he's doing is just to find his way to presidential seat. But it is sad because Sowore is someone that half of the youth or one third of the youth supporting Obi like him. You know that all you hear is that I'm disappointed. This is not what he is rather losing people instead of gaining. Pride can be very dangerous. When I used to believe that can sacrifice anything he's just looking for his own growth. But what people fail to understand in this life is that Each and every one of us have gift that God gave us. You cannot be everywhere. God might bless him with the gift of, protesting. But there are those he blessed with gift of charismatic gift, whereby when they speak, people hear. That is something that Sowore should understand about life. Now, he mentioned about school. I think we have, I believe we have listened to one of the student union president on this channel, who mentioned about when they wanted to go on strike, the way Obi as a governor then interfered. And he came there, he had a meeting with them, he injected 90 million naira into the university. And he kept doing it every year until he left the office. The student union who attended, the student union president who attended the meeting, mentioned it in this channel. He talked about school. If school is as bad as Sowore told us today, how can Anambra State go from number 25 before Obi enter to number 1? Common interest, WAEC, number 1 for 3 years consecutive till he left office. Okay, about the hospital, if it's as bad as he said, how can Nigerian Health Ministry award Governor Obi for the best improvement in hospital as a governor? I don't understand why selfishness can lead some of us human beings. We lost our reasoning. Common sense will disappear. It's crazy. Now he mentioned a lot of things. This same Peter Obi said he did not do anything, build the biggest network down to villages in Nigeria. He won the award. The governor that built the highest, biggest road network down to villages. He won the award. It's not, they say. We should focus on what we are. We are fighting for the same cause. Why should we make it about ourselves? He only happened to even turn off some of the people who love him, who support him. I just pray for him that God will take away anger and pride in him, so that he can actually focus. He must not be president. He's comparing himself, asking a 2 times governor to come to him with all this love he's getting from people and everything. You have never been, at least you should have go for house in your this thing. So you win the house or win chairman of the local government. Start from there. It's not possible to. People are even seeing it impossible for Obi to achieve presidency. How much more someone who have never even hold a power? That is one thing people love about Obi, as him as a man who have been in Anambra government. Anambra is one state with the highest godfather and political tycoons. He fights those people to call, and he won them in everything. Yet he will never call you names. You had when El-Rufai criticized him about being a tribal in his administration. He instead of attacking El-Rufai, he gave people the facts that 6 ADC that serve with him is from the north. He mentioned name, he mentioned state. Instead of attacking El-Rufai, he said, ask El-Rufai if you have any Igbo man in his administration. That is Obi for you, very humble. And we need to emulate the person we are working with. Just like some of us that is always angry, fighting, calling people names is not necessary, because the person you are calling your icon, who is you are believing to be leading you, is not behaving like that. This is the things, character matters. That is all I can say for now.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lucky. Thank you, Mr. Lucky Rap,
Catherine,
for that smooth delivery. Thank you,
uh,
Mr. Lucky Rap. Who is speaking, please?
this is Engineer Ken. Can I just throw something in for just a minute, please?
Okay,
Please.
go ahead. Go ahead.
You have
Okay,
had your turn. You have had your turn already, haven't you? Some of us
No,
have not said
Yes,
anything.
but please just allow him go ahead. Miss Engineer
please.
Ken, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, madam. You see, Peter Obi, I remember back in the days, in the 80s and early 90s, like 1990 to like 92, before I left the country. I used to go to Anambra a lot, almost like twice a week, with my mom when she comes from London, when she's shipping Hollandis and was down to Nigeria. You see, one thing that Peter Obi did in Benin, where I came from, we talk about godfathers, godfather unions and all this stuff. But when you go to Anambra, they have them in Anambra like a million times higher than what we have in Benin. And all those godfathers, all those unions, they have their leaders. In Upper Weka, those guys, they have what they call they have what they call the Osumbo boys, almost about 3 different clans that are mortar boys. These guys, way back in those days in the 80s, you see them working with AK-47 seriously in the broad daylight. But when Obi came, I wonder the way Obi was able to manage those people, and bring everybody down to their knees and make Anambra to become a safe haven.
Okay.
So a man like that is 10 times worthy a president of a nation of today that we are in Nigeria. We want a man like that can able to come in and manage everybody so that peace with equal justice will return back to that nation. Thank you for
Okay.
this time.
Thank you so much, Engineer Ken, for that. Thank you so much for that. Before I move straight to Mano Bendel, I just want to quickly contribute something as to what Omoyele Sowore said. First of all, I don't think he has to shade anyone. I don't think, everybody, people in the comment section keep saying it's just politics. It's politics. It's politics. Yes, we know it's politics, but you don't have to shade any other person for you to look good. I mean, you can simply come out and state what it is you want Nigerians to learn from you, what it is you think Nigeria can gain from you being the president of Nigeria instead of shading somebody. I just think all of those things he said were not necessary. It's not necessary at all. Omoyele Sowore is a man that is loved by his own people, that is loved by people. So I really did not expect him to say all of those things. I mean, you can air your views, you can say whatever you think without having to shade anybody. That's what I just have to say concerning this. I just think he went out of line to say all of those things. So we're just going to move straight to Mano Bendel. Mano Bendel, please, what do you have to say about Omoyele Sowore's speech?
Good afternoon, everybody. I think it's not the end of the world. It's just his own way of expressing his frustration or miscommunicating at the minimum. You see, what has happened, I think it's more of providence for Peter Obi. Let's look at this. You see, the guy was in PDP. He was in a situation where people wanted to use their dollar might. Instead of making noise, he just gave way. And then they all did it their way. And the generality of the Nigerian community saw what happened, that the delegates were bought and paid for. But this gentleman did not want to be a part of that. He withdrew. So he came clean. He showed leadership doing that that I don't want to be part of this nonsense. What I have in mind, maybe I'm speaking for him, maybe he didn't do that, maybe it was a stroke of luck, but this is what you can read to it very easily, that I don't want to be a part of this dirty game. This is not where we want to go. There's a new dawn that I think I can drive. I would rather step aside, let them carry on. So while doing that, the young people of Nigeria, the angry majority of Nigerians, who are the young people, they saw what happened. They saw the delegate buying. They saw how much was spent. They saw the abuse of the electoral process in the PDP and even in the APC. So, and then the natural reaction is to say, okay, who are we going to choose? Who are we going to choose? Are you talking to me, sir?
No. Please go
Okay.
ahead, Mano Bendel.
Who are we going to choose? Oh, we don't have anybody. And then this guy quietly goes to a very quiet zone where it looks like nothing is happening, and is able to win some relationship, and somebody was willing to step down for him, and he took the opportunity to reintroduce himself under another platform. Don't forget, in the Bible, Daniel was more or less an orphan, but in Babylon, he was a prime minister. Joseph was more or less an orphan. In Egypt, he was a prime minister. So,
Okay, Mano Bendel, can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah, go on.
Because I mean, we're having a discussion, so I would like to just ask questions. So what do you think about?
I'm coming to a point. That's
yes.
why
I just want to ask you a question, please, because I mean, people are dying to know what the panelists think about the video that were already displayed. So I mean, I pointed the things I want to ask the panelists. So Omoyele Sowore said Labour Party is an orphanage. I mean, he said it's an orphanage for homeless politicians. So do you think Labour Party is actually an orphanage for homeless politicians? Because right now it's not just referring to Peter Obi, it's referring to every other politicians that I mean have gone to Labour Party. So do you think Labour Party is an orphanage for homeless politicians?
To be direct, the answer is no. And even if it's an orphanage or a refuge, you can turn a refuge into a working home. So it's about what you know and your courage and your style of leadership, and how prepared you are, your ability to see how you can transform what they are now calling that orphanage home into a proper home where more people, more orphans will come in and will feel like they belong to that family, and which is, in this case, the majority, because many Nigerians are downtrodden. Many Nigerians can connect very easily to what he has to offer. He's practical, he's very engaging, and he has not been so rude and showing all these shenanigans that our brother Omoyele Sowore is showing. Don't forget, I have always said that Omoyele Sowore is actually the youngest among these people, and he had that like good opportunity to communicate correctly to the majority of Nigerian youths, but he has blown it. He has blown it by not starting the race correctly, or he kind of beat the gun, or he messed up his language, and before he can clean that, the race will have been finished. That's what I would like to say about that.
All right, thank you so much, Mano Bendel. Thank you so much for that. We're just going to move straight to the next person we have here, which is
please, I want to please. Let me contribute, please.
Mr. Godson. Mr. Godson, please, what do you have to say about the video we just showcased of Omoyele Sowore?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So what I would like to say is that the first time I actually saw this video was this morning when I was at work. So I was on YouTube and I listened to Daddy Freeze, and one of these comedians, I think is Okun Lagos. He was speaking about it. He spoke quite intelligently about it. And it all comes to the point that I think it's all about, I think it's just jealousy. He's just what he's going through is, I think everything happening to Obi is probably the thing that he's dreamt about. You know, this kind of thing, this the movement, the way it's been going, is gone out of control. And I think this is something happening now is what he can only dream about. He's
Okay, so
hoping.
Mr. Godson, you're saying that, sorry, but I have to ask this question because, I
Yeah.
mean, we have viewers and we have people in the comment section who wants to know what the panelist thinks. So you're saying that Omoyele Sowore altering the word Labour Party is an orphanage from homeless politician is as a result of jealousy? You think that is coming from a point of jealousy?
Yeah. Even if he says it's a place for the orphans,
Homeless politicians, homeless politicians.
okay, homeless politicians, let it be. It doesn't matter. Look, the thing about this Peter Obi's is, like people have been saying for a long time now, this is a movement. Whether it's a place for orphans or homeless people is irrelevant. The thing is that people are looking at this thing as Peter Obi. They don't understand that Peter Obi is just representing those people that are coming out to express how they feel. They see him as a symbol of the struggle. So it's not about him. If you could replace him, obviously his antecedents, his history, what he has done in the past, people can see that this is a man that has been honest. And that is why people always say, when you're doing something, be honest, be good in everything you do. So what is selling Peter Obi is what he's done in the past. That's what's selling him. Nigerians have gone, and because everything he says, he will say, go and find out. Go and find. He doesn't say anything without saying, go and find out. Okay? And this issue about this strike that he's talking about, I think I sort of remember what he's talking. I think there was a time the doctors, there was a strike in Anambra. It was quite for a long time. But I think what happened, if I can remember, was that Peter Obi offered them 60% increase in salary. I think they wanted more. Okay, he actually offered them 60%. From what I can remember, he actually offered them 60% increase, but the doctors wanted more money. I don't think the man could afford it. So that was where there was a standstill. So it's not as if the man did not even offer anything at all. He actually gave them 60% increase, but I think they wanted more. So that's a side thing anyway. So all I'm trying to say here is that what is happening, this man is coming from a place of it's all about jealousy, and he feels hot. He feels that Nigerians should be this thing happening to him. But somehow this has exposed him for what he is. Because right now, this thing is talking about Nigerians and Nigerians suffering. It's all about him then. It's all about him. It wasn't ever about the Nigerians. He wants, if he's not the symbol of the fight, if he's not the symbol, if he's not the point man, then he's not interested. He's only interested in the fight if he is the one spearheading it. If you put somebody else there to spearhead it, then he's not interested. That means it's all about him. It's not about Nigerians then. It's not about Sowore. He needs to be the pointsman. If he's not the one in charge, then he's not interested. And that's not a man that you can trust. Peter Obi has been tested. People don't understand what it means for somebody to hold power. To actually, the governor of a state, it's not as big as the president of a country, but the governor of a state, the power that you wield in that position, for you to have that power and use it for the benefit of people don't understand. I mean, Sowore needs to be tested first. He's never been tested. There are many people that this NLC man, Oshimole. I remember when I was in the 90s, when I was in Nigeria, when I just finished from my university days in the early 90s. Oshimole, them were people that were in the NLC then. I never knew in my life that Oshimole would get into a position of power and steal money. Then I used to respect him. He was in the NLC then. He used to be in the forefront of the struggle then. I remember clearly in the 90s. But I could not believe that when this man came into government, he's now one of them. So I'm not saying Sowore is going to be like that, but until he's tested, he needs to be tested first. When he's tested, then we can judge him. Peter Obi is tested. We know his antecedents. We know what he's done. I was just looking at something right now. Peter Obi has just flown out of the country to go to Egypt. Okay, he's in Egypt. He's in Egypt now, going to study. This is a man that's preparing for possibly what he could get. He's gone to Egypt now to go and look at their power, how they managed to improve the power situation there. I just saw it now on Facebook. He's telling me he was boarding his flight to go to Egypt. He's going to study a few things about the country, how they've been able to make progress. This is how you know a man that's invested. He wants to do something. And this is a man, if you look at it from the other side, I know I've taken a lot of time. This is a man that he's comfortable. He's very, very rich. He doesn't need this. He can sit down at home and just live the rest of his life with all the money he has. He doesn't actually need to do this. So the reason why he's doing this is that he's a man that has a burden. If just like he always says, he's not desperate to be the president. He's desperate to solve the problems of Nigerians. Someone like Sowore, the way he's talking, maybe he's desperate. Maybe someone like Sowore, sorry, just to finish up. Maybe Sowore is desperate to be the president, and that's why he feels this way. Maybe that's the problem. So no, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Godson, for that smooth delivery. Mr. Lucky, are you ready for us now, please?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Lucky,
Hello,
what do you have to say concerning the video we posted about Sowore?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. And listen, even that video, I would just yesterday they interviewed him, and yesterday I called after he just dropped. I called the guy. The same thing we are debating now. That's what I expect of the guy. This guy, he go to bring his population down because many people support him, but the way he approach this matter is not the best way. Why can't he join Peter Obi to solve this problem we are having in Nigeria? He just wants everything to be that he is the one who's going to solve it. It's not like that.
Do you think that Mr. Sowore would agree to join Peter Obi on this movement?
He's the best. If he cannot join Peter Obi, Nigeria will relegate him to window one, because I don't see any reason. Even if today, if he's able to stand, maybe to be stand today now. So made a request for Nigeria to pay them to render to assist them. Peter Obi will get $1 billion between 2 hours. But I don't know what, because they trust Peter Obi. Okay, but in Sowore, he cannot try to be condemning everything. Since 2019, for my Facebook, Sowore picture is my Facebook. I love Sowore, but the way he's going about it. I called one of your fans for Canada. I tell that guy, tell this guy, support Peter Obi, let him go for governor for his state. Oh, you don't hear Konkoso disturb anybody for politics not outside. And I condemn anybody. If playing politics, don't condemn anybody. But our side, you have to condemn this one, condemn this one, condemn this one. I don't even expect this thing for Sowore. I don't expect this thing for Sowore.
So do you think the condemnation is based on? Do you think the condemnation is based on him spilling the truth, but is not spilling it out the right way? So do you think that
there is nothing like truth there? It just no. But I try to check something. If you ask Sowore today now about this former minister of Nigeria, this woman, he will still have something to condemn about that woman. If you ask of this former agriculture minister for Jonathan, is the one who had the Africa Development Bank now for West Africa here. So Sowore must have something to condemn that guy. Everybody must. Are you going to condemn everybody? It's okay if they give you the president, who is going to work with you? This one boy is packing up and down with the bodyguards. Okay, somebody control a whole state money. He didn't take anything. He even leave the money for the boss. You say that one is not honest. It's you, because you open website. It's not the same site we are using today. It's not the same website what we are talking about. Not be the same website. Not be the job what you're using. You think that Sahara Reporter is bigger than this site? It's not the same thing. So everybody now have website come and take over Nigeria. I tell that guy, tell Sowore to go and contest for governor. Either he contest for Senate. Support Peter Obi. I will send you the video for more than a month now. I don't send three voice mail to that guy for Canada. But he just come and mess up to yesterday now. Come and mess it up. I'll remove that picture from my profile now. This kind wahala be all this time. You want to create problem
Okay,
for
Mr.
Nigeria again.
Loki, thank you very much. I think your point has been aired. Thank you very much for that. I'm just going to move straight to the
Yeah.
next person on my list. I have Advocate TV. Advocate TV, good
Yeah.
evening and thank you for joining us today. What do you have to say about the video we posted about
Okay.
Sowore?
Thank you very much. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Good evening, panelists. And what I have to say concerning that video is a misconception of Sowore, because when Peter Obi decamp from PDP, Sowore was expecting for him to call him to join the AAC, of which they can drive together with the force. But being Peter Obi be very calculative they know that Sowore too will also be aspiring for the same seat. So you have to go to where you can get it easily, which is the Labour Party. So that was the calculation that made Peter Obi not to go to AAC. If you look at Peter Obi several interviews, you can see that both of and Sowore also interview, both of them, what they are almost tactical in their presentation of their speech, because what Sowore said in 2019, it is what Peter Obi is saying now that Nigeria automatically gravitates into. That is what Nigeria automatically gravitates into. Because if Sowore is listening to himself very well, because last night I was following Sowore very, very well, but now when I'm listening to them, he's saying the same thing. Let's take the country back. That is what Peter Obi is telling the Nigerian. That is what the Nigeria is advocating for. They are everybody coming outside to go and get their PVC to put this political loss into permanent retirement. This is what the same thing. It's just for them to come together. That is what we, the masses, have to tell two of them, that if they both are fighting from different angles, this political they are going to see continue with the same power. It's just going to be between two people. But if two of them can come together, then the force will be strong to be able to withstand these people. If not, if Sowore is fighting with Peter Obi and Obi decides to be defending himself, then automatically we have lost this opportunity once again. So these same people, they are going to see continue. This is a strategy that they are doing. This is what they normally do. They set confessions everywhere, and at the end of the day, so that they can continue to remarrow their power within themselves. So, like I believe that when Sowore need to listen to different comments, and he's going to take his word back and apologize to Peter Obi, because this time is for Peter Obi, and I believe Peter Obi will actually stand as a good candidate with these two parties. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Advocate TV, for that smooth delivery. The next person we have here is Mr. Omori. Mr. Omori, good evening and thank you for joining us today.
Good evening, Ms. Kochi.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. Are you?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's a delight to be here once again.
You're welcome.
My greetings to my friend.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm all right, sir. Thank you very much for having me today, sir.
Good to have you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, Mr. Omori, please go ahead and make your contributions.
All right, sir. Before I go straight to the point, I want to say greetings to my fellow panelists, our viewers at home, and those on the comment section, and those behind the camera. Thank them for their wonderful job they are doing. I'm here. I always come here to say our viewers are the most important part of this show. Without them, we can't be talking to ourselves. That would be tantamount to insanity. Having said that, I'm just going to be different. I want to beg everybody. I want to crave your indulgence once again, please. We are all human beings. None of us is perfect. I'm not perfect either. Mr. Obi is not perfect. Omoyere is not perfect. We should understand the difference between an activist and a politician. A politician, if you ask an activist a question, the way the activist will shoot at it without, it doesn't matter who else is God. It's different from the way a politician will sugarcoat it. So please, I just want to see if there is any fan of Omoyele here. I'm number one. But for the past couple of weeks, you can see that I have not been talking about the person of Omoyele Sowore. The situation we are now is more than any individual. It's even more than Obi himself. The followership Obi has right now is more than his credentials, it's more than his personality, it's more than his eloquency. Please, I just want people to understand where Omoyele is coming from.
So you're saying that what Omoyele Sowore said is being misunderstood?
Yes, I'm just laying the foundation. I don't know how much time I have. But when I'm done, people will understand my own point of view. Please,
okay,
we all need in this game right now. We need one another because a fraction, they say, is an important part of the whole. Nobody can fight this fight alone and win. We need each other. We need a synergy. We're trying to change the narrative. The oppressors have been benefiting from the system. They are not ready to just let it go because that is where they benefit from. Nigeria is like their ATM machine. So this is not the time to throw tantrums on Omoyele Sowore. The guy has come a long way. I've known this guy since 1990. He was there during the June 12th struggle.
Mr. Omori, I would like to cut you in there. Nobody's throwing tantrums on him, or nobody is trying to say.
Yeah, I'm reacting to please. I'm reacting to words we are using. He's selfish, he's arrogant, he's jealous. We should understand. I give you some examples. If you remember Mandela, that was later celebrated in South Africa. If I tell you what Mandela did in South Africa, some people will be angry. But later, when he came, Mandela would go hiding in the day. In the night, he would regroup his boys and attack government institutions just to send the signal. That was who he is. See, we are wired differently. In America, for example, in the civil rights movement in America, we had Martin Luther King. We had Malcolm X. Malcolm X was of the truth for tat. You hit me, I hit you back. Shoot me, I shoot you back. What about Martin Luther King? Martin Luther King had a different approach. Please, though they are killing us, we cannot go. He said, darkness cannot drive away darkness. Only light can. So he had a peaceful approach. While Malcolm X was telling people, we cannot allow them to be killing us while we looking at them, they're shooting at us, they're killing our people. So they were fighting for the same thing, but different approach. I don't know if people are getting me. Omoyele Sowore, even Gani, if I were him, as educated as he was, there was a day he was almost fine. He was almost a sanction in court. Why? Not because he was angry, because of his kind of personality, because of his approach. But he took the court, the just system to understand the kind of person Gani was. We'll be talking to the court, you think he's fighting somebody. And that is kind of my person too. If I'm on the phone with you, you think I'm angry or I'm fighting you. No, I'm just trying to express this. Some people are, if you look at Gani, he was supposed to be a stammerer, but then he want to force, his views out. In attempt to do that for people to get him. There are people that they wish it was possible to just carry their own belief into another person's head. No, it's not possible. They want to, try as much as possible to put their message across. See, we are wired differently. We are humans. No one is perfect. If you see me, if there's any fan of Omoyele Sowore, we have done a lot of things in common. We have taken tear gas together. We have taken bullets together. We have been in prison together. But then, I'm not here preaching Sowore today. I'm preaching the people's movement. My greatest joy, like I said yesterday, it's not even about Peter Obi or Omoyele Sowore. It's about the people that have been in slumber for too long, that are gradually waking up from their slumber. The power they have been using against us did not actually emanate from the leaders. It emanated from we, the people, because we have failed to realize the power we have. That is the only advantage they have been taking over us. Now that the people are waking up, I want to crave your indulgence, please. Please, if you're angry with Omoyele Sowore, please don't press the trigger yet. We need an Omoyele Sowore who has been there in the rain, in the sun, in the good times, in the thick, both the thick and the thin. We still need him tomorrow. We need the Peter Obi. We need the synergy. We need everybody to be on board to actualize this vision. Please understand his activism background. That is how we roll. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much for clearing the air. Thank you so
please,
much for that.
Catch just a minute on the Labour Party. On the Labour Party, just a minute, please. I don't know if I can have a minute just for the Labour Party.
Go ahead, just go ahead.
Okay, on the Labour Party, the message he was trying to put across was very, very. It was a formidable point he was trying to make. the Labour Party in Britain, you know what it is, know how influential it is. The Labour Party in Nigeria, in any way, the Labour was originally supposed to be the primary, to cater for the primary interest of the masses through the workforce. You know, the issues like strike, minimum wage, workers' welfare, and everything is supposed to be tackled by Labour. And in all ramifications, Labour Party is supposed to be more formidable, even than the PDP and the APC. But actually, they have not been there. So saying that, if you look at the statement, he addressed an audience before this interview. It's like a prophet, like you say something today, tomorrow the thing is coming to pass. Look at Labour Party. Labour Party has not been, they are not actually been there. They have not been waking up to their responsibility. Mimiko used Labour Party in Ondo State. As soon as it was done, he moved to PDP. Another, it has not been formidable enough. On that ground, it was a good attack. It was a good, description of what the Labour Party has represented over the years. Now that the Peter Obi is coming to change that narrative, I think it's a good omen. It's a good development for everybody. We need a Sowore, like I said. We need a synergy. We need all to work together. There is no need to be divided, because divided we fall, and united we stand and defeat our common enemy, who are the Godfathers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Omori. That was indeed very educative and very sweet. I hope everybody is listening to Mr. Omori right now. Thank you so much, Mr. Omori, for that. And we're just going to move straight to Mr. Machiavelli. Mr. Machiavelli, good evening, and thank you for joining us today. What do you have to say about Omoyele Sowore's video we showcased earlier?
Well, thank you, Madam Kachi. Good evening, fellow panelists. Good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning, Nigerians. And good evening, good afternoon, good morning to those who are listening and to the concerned citizens around the globe. Today's topic is a very interesting one, and I must commend my fellow panelists, my brother, Mr. Omori, for that great speech. And also commend the other guy who spoke before him. These are the people who actually kind of spoke my mind. And I must say it very clearly on this channel today that what you are seeing, please don't be distracted, because these things are going to play out in a way to capture you as citizens, because they already seen a dimension. So they're going to be these kind of things that would distract your attention from what the subject is. What is the subject of us sitting down here? It is change. If there's going to be anyone on this station, and even the CEO can testify, if there's anyone that preach about change, foundation of how our people can desist from these main political parties that have enveloped us with division and suffering, it is me. Because this was what I've been preaching for the past 2 years. And now I've been a supporter of Omoyele Sowore, because I believe that a little parties, whether you are this or that, can also be an earthquake to this kind of corrupt system that they've given to us. But looking at what is playing right now, I would say we should all be careful so that we don't get attracted to what this person says, and let's forget about anything. Both of Obi and Sowore, they had the same ideology, like what Mr. Omori is saying, but a different approach. That is what we are seeing right now. But if you ask me, being as a supporter of Sowore, from what I have seen, when Peter Obi came out, I wasn't a fan. Do you want to know why? Go and play back the video. This is what I said. Why is he now coming now? Did he leave the money in the bank just for his own purpose, because he wants to run so that he can use it to capture the citizens? Why was he rubbing shoulders with these people? Why was he romancing with them? This was my statement, because I believe I wanted somebody that is playing so that he can send the Nigeria to the promised land. But he did a U-turn that kind of struck me. After what happened, and he said, I am not desperate to be a president, but I want my people to know I want to give them back the dividends of democracy, which is what I was preaching on. So, and he also made it known that when he went to that party, they contradicted his norms and belief. This is not what he want. This is not what he wants for his people. This is what struck my mind and said, okay, is this guy actually saying what he wants to give to the people? Is he actually ready? Let us see. Then you started listening to his speeches, watching what he has done, everything. I have to put all the puzzles together. Then I saw that this was somebody who already had the Nigerians at heart. So what did I do? I was so happy for him to switch over to an unknown party, the Labour Party. And the Labour Party, as it signifies, is the Workers' Party. These are people who fight for the workers. So if he moves there, that is also another trigger for me. So I was keen on him, and I started preaching his word. And I started fighting for him, seeing him bringing all what he wants to do. And this is leading to what I preach, the dividends of democracy. I have always been for the people, and I will not stop, even if he cannot achieve it. But I pray he achieve it. If he does not achieve it, it will never stop me from promoting what I believe it will be for the people. And I must urge that, push that to the youth as well. The future of Nigeria belongs to you. This is not all about Obi or Sowore. It is about the referendum for you to choose between dividends of democracy and division or hatred or selfish goal just to benefit one's pocket and not for the benefit of the citizens. So the people should know it's not about because Obi is trending. No. The problem is we have to understand as Nigerians, we shouldn't fight ourselves now. Let's be focused on our goal. Our main problem now is to make sure that we handle the two house, what I mean, the House of Representatives and the Senate, because these are the major CPU, the central processing unit of a given country. Because these people can frustrate you as a president if you don't know what to do. As citizens, you must be ready to elect people that are going to make your laws so that the dividends of democracy, these people cannot topple it. So while you campaigning for Obi to give you that dividend or to lead you to the promised land, you also have to get your spanner and screwdriver to unscrew these people out of that place and put in the right people, because these are going to be another political thalidomide that can jeopardize the dividends of democracy you are going to have. But as Nigeria stands today, if you kill on what is happening, please don't let this get you distracted. Focus on how we can get good governance and bring back the foundation of a system. For me, I believe that Nigerians can do it, and I pray that you continue to fight. Don't give up. Don't let them give you a bag of rice. Don't let them tell you that this one is bad, because these people are very, very good in using certain things to destabilize you. This is what they did in the NSAS protest. But I know that Nigerians are determined to take us to the promised land. God bless you, my fellow panelists. God bless everybody that is listening, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Machiavelli. I have somebody backstage, Mr. Tiobala. Good evening, and thank you for joining us today. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge everybody in the comment section. I can see we have more people here. I can see Godson Nelson. Thank you so much for joining us. James Debiri, thank you so much for joining us. I hope I pronounced your name very well. I have New King here, 2NG, Godwin Osas, Mercy Seats. Thank you very much for joining us. Grace Omor, thank you so much for joining us today. Efosa, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Okay, Mute, thank you so much for joining us. Vincent Otote, thank you so much for joining us. I hope I got that right as well. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Thank you so much, and to everybody viewing us from wherever they are. Thank you so much for joining us. I can see Michael Oluwatobi. Thank you so much for joining us today. Mr. Tiobala, good evening, and thank you for joining us. I don't know if you've been watching the video we posted about Omoyele Sowore.
I think I saw the video online, and I've also listened to some panelists and their position as well. So do you want?
Okay.
Okay.
So I want you to contribute on that particular video before we move forward to the next video.
Okay, I think it's rather seems a kind of disappointing. Reason being that there are so many Peter Obi followers who love or like Sowore for being there, for being the man he is. Over the time, Sowore has been arrested. He has been fighting for Nigeria for a better
That's right.
government. But coming up now, knowing fully well that the masses are for Peter Obi, you are not making such a statement, it will definitely work against him. So I think he should have a rethink. He should have a rethink in the sense that Peter Obi is not concerned about him or something. I don't know how to put it. He doesn't even worry about anybody who is making any statement against him. His focus now is how to see Nigeria work again. See what is happening right now, like what somebody just mentioned here on this platform. This is a man who is going about to know how the country is going to be better. What is going to tell Nigeria people? He just moved to Egypt now. Can you imagine? These are what we're supposed to be hearing from our candidates from all the party to come and give us what they are going to do, not just to promise us with their mouths. What is your action towards it? I think Omoyole Sowore, I will advise him to try as much as he can to be able to be using a different word entirely, to be able to galvanize the youth, the elderly to himself. Otherwise, he will not be able to go far in his political career. I also use this media to beg him to work in harmony with, so unanimously work with Peter Obi.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Chiobala, for that. Thank you so much. We're just going to move next to Mr. CM. Mr. CM, I can see you've been trying to get in for a while. You've been able to get in. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing today, sir?
Thank you very much, Niger. Is it catchy? Yes, thank you very much. Well, never give up. That's what it means. So if you try, don't give up. That is the
Okay.
best policy in
That's
life.
very good. Please, what do you have to say concerning Omoyole Showore's video?
Well, the thing about it, I can see desperation written all over it. That is not. I least expected Omoyele Sowore to be, conducting himself the way he did in that video. Not even Atiku and Tinubu, the people in APC and PDP, the major parties. Atiku is even conducting himself very well, better than Sowore, even when we know that most of the people are tired of people like Atiku. The same thing with Tinubu, with all his baggage, both personal and non-personal. Yet Tinubu is not even behaving the way, not even talking. At least Tinubu should have been talking to Atiku and Peter Obi like the way Sowore is doing, but he's not doing it. So what is the problem with Sowore? That's what I don't understand. When he's saying something like this, I've forgotten that some people are educated. The fact that somebody graduated, finished the youth service without a job for 7 years, it doesn't mean that the person cannot reason very well or cannot read between the lines. Most of those youths baying for Obi, coming out because of PCV, shouting Obi everywhere, they're all educated. Most of them are educated. They all have their degrees. They're educated like Sowore. So why is he trying now to say when you come out, you start to, you see, abuses and criticisms, abuses and can never be criticisms. If you want to criticize somebody, you can say, these are the facts. When you are criticizing, it means that you are being objective, so that somebody will now take you on based on the reasons you give, than to come out and say somebody is an orphan.
But Mr. Sigem, Omoyele Sowore made some references about some things that Peter Obi didn't do. Like he mentioned about the strike, he mentioned about hospitals, and he mentioned something like schools. I mean, he had some things he had to say concerning that.
Well, okay, let me just take, because you take somebody's credibility based on what the person says. If they are saying Peter Obi did not do anything in school, like you said schools, or he said schools, that we say, which is education, how come Peter Obi got an award? Peter Obi met Oyo State and the Anambra State on number 25 and number 26 on the WAEC league table. He was able to move Anambra State to number 1 for 3 consecutive years. Which other governor has done that? So are you telling me that if at the end of playing World Cup, you were able to lift it the way Brazil is doing, you now come back to tell me that Brazil, they don't know how to prepare, or it was a miracle? You cannot be a miracle for Anambra State to be coming first in WAEC exam for 3 consecutive years under Peter Obi, or while he was living, because of the investment he did. So what else do you want? Today, Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. If tomorrow, let me just remove Peter Obi, even if it's Atiku or Tinubu that enters, and Nigeria is no longer the poverty capital of the world, and our GDP improves, will you now come back and say the person did not do anything? It doesn't. No, you see, success is pressure that meets opportunity. If you can't go home and fold your hand and expect that if you're on league table at number 25, the next within a short time you become number 1. What is Sowore saying? I think at this point we should ask Sowore, let him bring his record of what he has managed, because we want to see his past. Peter Obi is campaigning based on record. He said, I did this in Anambra, I did this. Let us know where Sowore is over 40 years. Let us know what he has been able to do since the year 0, or maybe whatever, till this present. That's what he should be telling us.
So Mr. Singh, do you think Showare's comment was as a result of desperation, or you just think he's just playing politics? Because some people want to feel he's just playing politics. Some people want to feel, okay, he's an activist, and activists, they have a certain way of relaying information to other people. Or do you think he's just being desperate?
Sowore is a supreme. Let me put it here, and I can tell you, Sowore is a supreme desperado. So he's terribly desperate. Why is he attacking Peter Obi? What Sowore should be doing is to show his own record. That is what Sowore, show us your own record. What you've been doing since you left active Students Union and Luther Continue at the University of Lagos. Bring it and show us. That's what we want to see.
Thank you, Mr. CM. Thank you very much, everyone. I guess, Kashi, everyone on the screen have contributed, right?
Yeah, just Mr. CM. Yes, Mr. CM is the last person.
Okay, good. So that we can play the other video. But before that, I want to pick 10 calls. Please, caller, just hold on right there. Let me put the number on the screen. I want to talk to just 10 persons. Then we can move on to the next video. All right, that's the number right there in case you want to call in to your own view. Hello, Mr. Adewale. Good evening to you, sir. How are you doing today?
Good evening, Mr. Nanjawo. How's the family?
Yeah, very good, sir. We're very good. Because of time, we are only giving 1 minute, to call us. So talk to us, sir.
Because I just entered the program now, so I hear when they were discussing about Sowore, it looked at his against Peter Obi. Yeah. I knew this thing, Mr. Nanjawo. I was trying to call you yesterday because I saw this thing when in his what is his name? Sowore yesterday. When I was searching some things in internet, he was saying something about Peter Obi. I was on tears yesterday for it. I said, what is going on? These guys want to create. We are everybody. If I tell you in Ibadan, as I'm talking to you now, a man donated a full house to Peter Obi. You understand? For this campaign, from this when they said they have no structure, what's so called? He was saying that Labour Party don't have structure, that Peter Obi needs to come and join them. That is what Sowore said, and which is very wrong. This guy is a player. I'm really telling you, the truth now. This guy is a player, and he played our intelligence about 4 years ago when he was saying he want to campaign to throw this all our brothers in the diaspora in the state. That no how they denoted to this guy. Now Peter Obi is the most popular candidate in Nigeria right now. As I'm talking to you, everybody is want to vote for Peter Obi. Sowore is trying to do a put Peter Obi down. That is the dream. This guy, this is what he's been doing. It looks like he's working for all these Tinubu and he's pretending that we need better Nigeria. This guy is pretending. I'm telling you, he's pretending. This guy,
Thank you.
They are traitor.
Thank you, sir.
They are
Thank you.
traitor. I'm telling you because the truth is that this guy don't want Peter Obi to be the president.
Thank you.
This is what he's doing. He's just too lost.
Thank you, Mr. Adewale. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's talk to someone else. I can see Mr. Chris. Thanks for calling us. Please talk to us. 1 minute. Good evening.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Good evening to everybody in the panel. Yeah. Well, I think concerning the video, to be honest, it was shocking when I listened to Omoyele Sowore. For me, he has just shot himself on the foot, because it's going to take a long time for him to be able to repair this. It's a damage that he has done to himself. Because if he was sensitive enough, he would have seen the mood of the nation, the way people are supporting Obi. I don't think, even if he has that kind of perception about Labour Party, I don't think this is the best time for him to have said that. So that's just my own contribution.
Thank you. That's brief and powerful. Thank you very much, sir. All right. Okay, let me see. Our callers, you need to be quick on this because we are rounding up right away. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Your name and where you're calling us from. Please turn down your device. Turn down your device. Hello, madam. Good evening to you.
Yeah. Good afternoon over here. But can I talk?
Yes, where are you calling us from? What's your name?
My name is Rita. I call from Houston, Texas.
Okay, Mama, I beg, help us off that system, television, or anywhere where they watch us from. Turn it down.
Okay. Okay, I don't turn it down.
Okay, I beg, talk to us.
I beg, make I thank you very much. I beg for the thing where I don't do for this place. And they watch you now from time to time.
Thank you.
You know, God will bless you now as soon as they try to make Nigeria. You see, all of us we know there for Nigeria. We get our family, our people, we there for Nigeria. Where we they say, see the person who go bring us home. See the person who go fix our place so that we go all come home. We know like this place where we dey. We be stranger of another man land because our place is no good. So that's when they do the thing well, they do. God go bless you. The thing where I want to be say, Peter Obi and Sowore, it be like say that them too. They are our hope right now. If anybody will know Sowore, make them tell him, make him stop the criticism of Peter Obi, make him join hand together with that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, madam.
Make him join hand with Peter Obi, because at least we know Peter Obi's record. We don't see the thing where he don't do. We don't see how he need money for his state after he don't become president. How many after he don't become governor for Anambra State? How many governors will come out for their state will leave that much money? You know, all of them they steal the money. And they take time where he did for being governor. He do a lot of things for Anambra State.
Okay,
where
mama.
He will tell you, go check my record. Go check.
Okay, okay, mama. So, now only 1 minute will they give. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, mama. Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you so much. Thank you, mama. Hello. Good evening to you. Your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello. Good evening. My name is Clement. I'm calling from Spain.
Thank you, Mr. Clement. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Not to take all the time, what we need this time in this our country, Nigeria, is where we all the youth can put our heads together, not to be putting blames on anyone's speech now.
Though Sowore is an activist and is not a real politician in that form, I believe that we all could do better, mostly the youth, and it's time for us to campaign with the youth that are mostly passing out this pain. We have to come together now. We need each other this time, not to be putting blames on anyone's speech. Anybody can say whatever they like. Even in European campaign as well, you see them forming allegation on one to other. But I will advise each and every one of us that it's better we put on our heads together, encourage our youth to get their PVC, so that the day of the election is the time for us to make our own choice, not making the wrong choice later.
Thank you.
We suffering it.
Thank you, sir.
We have to encourage them not to be taking any bribe. People, they get money from them, let them take it and still vote for who they want. We are fully support of Peter Obi. Thank you very much, brothers.
God bless you, sir. I appreciate your contribution. Hello, good evening to you. Your name and where you're calling us from. Please be audible.
Okay, I'm Chief Capital. I'm calling from United States of America.
Thank you, sir. Please turn down your device over there so we can hear you properly.
Okay, my dear.
Go ahead.
Chief Capital.
Okay, sir. That's fine. Talk to us. 1 minute.
I'm calling from United States of America.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
I want to make a contribution towards this show where it's called them concerning P2B.
Okay.
I do support the man. I was thinking that he's a real activist, but I don't know that it's somebody that is looking for his pocket. What structure do you think he has to beat P2B? He has no structure at all. So please, if you can help me to talk to the public, ignore his statement or whatever he has in mind. P2B is our candidate, and anybody who fails to understand what is on ground concerning that country, Nigeria. We are here in America, not that we are enjoying. We want to come back to our country and ourselves. So please, we have to show him. Let him support P2B. Himself cannot even have a structure. He has no structure of his own. That's my own contribution, please.
God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you. Good evening to you. Your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, good evening, Nigeria. I greet you, Baba.
I greet you, Baba. Where did you call us from?
Okay, sorry, I'm Peter by name. I'm calling here from Italy.
Okay, I bet talk to us.
But before I tell you anything, it's yesterday. As they tried to enter this panelist yesterday, I don't feel enter it. The something they keep telling me, say the panelist is faithful. But only one something when I want to still give. Everybody will know say don't see MVP. He still need to keep orders. So I many people when they say they try to enter.
That one not true.
No be they will just sit down there until the show finish. They will not be there. Why people are trying to enter? And once the something is full, nobody can enter again.
That one not
so
true.
Please said, I try make you work on that. Anybody, because Dr. Damage with others, as they enter their show, once you finish, the system in your queue, you can go to YouTube, whatever you want, give room to those ones enter. Not they will just sit down there. It don't make sense at all. And make the shorting, any talk when they want to talk, make the shorting now. Not they will go now from the beginning to the end. No, it don't make sense at all. It don't make sense at all.
We are planning to do something about it. That's a good point. Thank you, sir.
Okay. One thing I want to talk is that me, I'm from a Duma like you. In your show, I saw before you invite for your show once. So I was in your show that day. So between this election, when they come, because I want to pick my ingredients so that people can understand very well. This election, when we say when they come, so this 2023 election when they come. You understand me?
Yeah.
PDP, that will PDP. PDP have already made a mistake. Where PDP already made a mistake for zoning that ticket to Atiku, and then PDP just get it wrong. Why? Because we know we just about to finish Deadwood when you rule us now. He's about to finish his tenure now, so they are trying to still bring another full animal, which is Hausa man. Nigerian people will never vote for another full animal or Hausa man for that power to return to to remain in northern region, it will never happen. I know that. For Tinubu way, Tinubu not just dead on a radar. Just make people forget anything when Tinubu they do whatever the way they do the ticket, whatever, everyone we saw it. So the only option we have now is between Omoyele Sowore and what do they call it, Obi. It's the only option we have now. So between Obi and Omoyele Sowore, the problem I have with Obi, you understand me?
Yeah.
Leaving the 30 billion, leaving million, whatever for Anambra, whatever, that's Anambra. In Europe, this is how it's done. It's because Nigerian government, they don't go what they call accountability. If they follow what they call accountability, they really follow the rules and regulations. Any government that rule, how can you say you finish your tenure, you will not give money for your predecessor to come? That one is not matter. It is normal. That one is me myself personally.
Because of time, bros. I'll be round up in 20 seconds. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Atiku, only one thing I need to tell people, because I have been seeing many people have been saying Obi. If, for example, now Obi win the 2023 presidential election, he become the president of Nigeria. Can Obi probe anybody that looted Nigeria?
That's a very good question. That's a good question. Thank you. I go pass on.
No, wait. Wait. Don't give me just that they try to enter. Just wait. Because the reason why they done this thing, if you look Obi now, Obi has so many friends from PDP. All these Obi people have been saying he already created awareness from PDP before he came to the Labour Party, because we know what happened to Obaseki. I'm from Edo State. When Obaseki emerged from the governor of Edo State, Obaseki promised Edo State that he's going to probe the
water storm project.
From Clem Agba and Adam Oshomole.
Till tomorrow, not one.
Today, Obaseki refused to probe them. So can Obi probe Atiku, either Obasanjo or the senior president?
Good question. Thank you, my brother. People will answer that. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you.
This question.
Yes, they will. Thank you. God bless you. All right. All right. Let's hear from someone else. Good evening to you. What's your name? Where are you calling us from? Hello. Is your tone? Tone down your system, please. Your name and where you calling us from?
Yeah. Hello, Niger Watch. Yeah, I'm calling you from Canada, especially Toronto specifically. Please, I want to ask the panel a question, and at the same time, I want to make a statement.
But you have 1 minute to do this vote. Go ahead.
Yeah, since you said we have only 1 minute, since you said you have 1 more minute. The first thing I want to put across to the guy that just finished talking, that talk about probe. Right. Let me tell you one thing. I'm a Christian. The Bible says, who look back, we turn to, with no person that look back in the Bible, turn to salt, with plague. Let me tell you, you're talking about probe because Nigeria is not moving forward. If Obi get there, it's not God, but eventually Obi get there. And you say, see dividend of democracy, that people are getting job. People that get job, when they go to work and become tired, they can't become insecurity. When you have food at your table, you are not thinking of yesterday you do not eat. The only time you think yesterday that you do not eat is when you don't know what you will eat tomorrow. Once you have money, there's a parable that says, once you have money, you forget that you are poor before. If you want to test person that is good, give him money. Let him have access to wealth.
Okay.
He won't remember that there was water. Then let me not complete my case with Sowore.
Yeah.
So that I have 10 more seconds to go. I know Sowore very well. I live in the same room, the same apartment in Suleiman. In Suleiman, we call the hostel Suleiman in Ahmadu Bello University. I and Dino, we are roommates. We used to go for NAS, where Sowore used to come before he will become today, president of Unilag. Before he go affect the court when they give him.
Be quick, sir. Be quick because of time.
Now
Okay, just go straight to the point. Your time is over now.
Sowore is good. Sowore is good. But I want to ask a question. Do you people think Sowore is thriving without not working for some power broker in Nigeria? That's the question.
Okay,
You
thank you.
answer.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. So much. All right, okay. Some people think Sowore is working for some cabals in Nigeria. That's what I think. So that's what I think this man is talking about. But let's see. Anyway, good evening to you. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Hello?
Hello, sir. Good evening to you. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Okay, my name is Fabulous. I'm calling from Torino.
Okay, Mr. Fabulous, all the way from Italy. Talk to us, sir.
Okay. What do you mean one talk? Say, why people don't they shall say? Why people don't they
I
shall
bet
say?
turn down your system. Turn down your system. Make the hear us well.
Okay. I say people don't they campaign say Obi leave money, Obi leave money. What's so special about that one? Hello?
I can hear you, boss.
Okay. When they don't say Obi. What's so special about Obi say he leave money? Okay, the money when he leave, what did they use that to do? Nothing. And then what you want to do? When they don't, I'm not really sure what the time of everything. I'm not really sure what they stand for us. Everybody complains. I'm not really sure what they. Now Obi don't come down. They don't shout Obi. Nigeria, I mean, not understand. They also say they want to suffer for another 8 years. Because who will they Europe? We don't tire to the same money they come out to the feed family. They need to do something about that country.
So, my brother, before you go, last question. Who you say make Nigerians vote for now?
Now, I'm not sure whether now the system might be the best. So, not
Okay.
wait till they don't say Obi.
All right.
Now, what I don't think for the matter.
Thank you, my brother.
If they know what good for them.
Thank you for your contribution. Hello, good evening to you. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Can you
hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you clear. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm calling from Pakistan.
Pakistani.
My name is my name is Emeka Eric.
Okay, Mr. Emeka, talk to us. You have only 1 minute.
Okay. The issue is about Sowore. His statement is quite unfortunate. I never expected it to come from somebody like Sowore. And for him to say that Peter Obi is an orphan shows the level of seriousness those who pretend to want a better country in that Nigeria. Because if Sowore really wants a better Nigeria, I think what he would have done is to join force with Peter Obi. And for him to say that Peter Obi is an orphan, I don't really know where that statement comes from. Somebody who built Apaga, and Apaga managed to win 2 gubernatorial seats, Anambra and Imo states, and some senatorial seats. Then later he joined the PDP. PDP has ruled Nigeria for over 16 years, and now he joined the Labour Party, who has also the party has also produced a governor. So I think that is a misstatement to say Labour is for political orphans. No.
Thank you.
And how could Labour Party be political orphan when they have now aligned with the Nigerian Labour Congress and the whole trade union? So when you bring in the whole Nigerian Labour Congress that is nationwide...
Sir, your time is up. Your time is up.
Give me more time.
Okay, go ahead. 1 minute, sir. 1 more minute.
Okay, so when you combine Labour Party, political party, National Labour Congress, and trade union, then you find out that Labour Party is now one of the biggest parties in Nigeria. Then we are not talking about the movement Peter Obi has become, even in the far north, middle belt, south, southeast, and southwest. So there is nothing like Peter Obi being a political orphan or Labour Party being a party for those who are frustrated in politics. So Sowore wants us now to start following Atiku and Tinubu, APC and PDP, the central political party,
that has frustrated Nigerians. So this Labour Party is now the task force, is just a kind of alternative. So, and I thank God that a whole lot of people now have a choice to make. And Labour Party has already provided that choice. So it is left for we Nigerians. Do we still want to suffer or do we still want a better Nigeria?
Thank you.
That is what people stand for.
Thank you, sir.
So I thank you all for what you're doing, and I also want you to never be distracted.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, and
God bless you, sir. And we appreciate you. Thank you. Good evening to you, your name and where you're calling us from. Go ahead. Okay, Mr. Hakim, talk to me, my brother.
You just shocked me before. You shocked me before.
Hey, I don't look your name. Talk to me, my brother.
Until somebody should talk to you. Okay, brother. Good evening, man. Good evening, brother. I appreciate you, man. You know,
How far?
I don't need to say that again. So, I just want to say good evening to yourself. Good evening to Madam Kachi and to Mr. Mori and everybody else there. I've been listening to the show, but the thing is, the place is full, so no, I couldn't come in. Yeah. I just want to say something quickly. You know, Jimoero said something last time. He said Nigerians, they don't fight for those who fight for them. And this show today has just proven it. People need to understand, I've said this, sometimes with emotion have to be taken out of these things, and you just look at it from political standpoint. These guys are in different political parties for crying out loud. You want him to start singing Obi's praises when he is running for the same position as Obi? I don't understand. Come on, this is just common logic. The man have to criticize or try to look for one to kind of promote himself and not be promoting the other candidate. The idea that he should be singing Obi's praises when he is running for the same office, the same position.
No, people are saying that that's fine. You don't need to promote any of the candidates, but you shouldn't also bring them down. That's what people are saying.
But that is politics. The guy, they're all politicians. They're playing politics. So politics is you promoting yourself and trying to look for point to bring the others down. That is politics. So the idea that because Sowore has done that now, all of a sudden, all these different names is being called. This is a man, for crying out loud, who has been locked up, jailed for fighting for the restoration of Nigeria. This guy has gone through a lot. He hasn't seen his family for how long now? You know, this guy has put himself out there fighting the cause of everybody, and today it's just like everything is thrown away. None of those matters anymore. Today I've just heard him be called all sorts of things. It's not fair. I've said this before. If you're supporting somebody, it doesn't mean okay. If you are watching this now, somebody is praising you today, you don't trust that praise anymore because you know that one little thing you do tomorrow, these people will come and they will call you all sort of name. It shouldn't be like that. Yeah. The guy has paid his dues. You understand? He's paid his dues. Even he didn't have to come on Nigeria Watch. He came on Nigeria Watch. He spoke to us for almost 2 hours. You know, how many did you not try to get the name of Modu? Did he come over? He didn't come over. You know what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be. I don't want to come here and say negative things about Obi. I've said I won't do that for now. So let it be. But guys, please understand that this is politics, and in political season, everything goes. People will criticize each other and they will say anything about themselves. It doesn't mean that every good thing that Sowore has done before, all of a sudden you just throw everything under the bridge. It doesn't work like that.
To be honest, Mr. Hakim, I don't believe anyone have thrown any good thing that Sowore have done in the past away. It's just that seeing the lovers of Peter Obi reacting to the statement from Omoyele Sowore. That's what I'm saying. On social media everywhere, but it doesn't mean they are forgotten what he has done, what he did in the past. But they are not happy.
You know, if you remember, somebody said earlier that this just showed that all he was doing before was for himself. This man was in prison for crying out loud. How could that be for himself? If for himself, he would have gone to America and relaxed there, enjoy with his family, just like a lot of us here are doing today. But this man was in jail from prison to prison, arrest to arrest. He was even confined to
Mr. Hakim. Let me ask you this question because me and Sowore on Thursday we communicated over the same question I want to ask you right now because we chatted on WhatsApp, and I want to ask you: don't you think it would have been nice for people like Omoyele Sowore, Kingsley Mangalo, Peter Obi, all of them come together, so that we can take Nigeria from these wicked leaders.
Yeah, but you see the problem with what you just said now.
Yeah.
Is that you limited the Nigeria to the southern part of Nigeria. I have not heard you mention any northerner in that name. So this is the problem with us in the south is that we are looking at it from one side. Are there no good northerners that we could have looked at and say, okay, what about this person? What about that person? Can we not bring this?
Do you know why they not mention? Listen, do you know why they not mention all names? I mean the youth. I should have just said youth without not mentioning any names at all. What I'm saying, all of them should come together. All the youths, all of them should come.
Yeah, well, I understand what you're trying to say. The alliance of good young Nigerians coming together from all across the country.
Exactly.
Of course, that would be good. That would be the best thing.
But Omoyele Sowore declined it. He said he can never do it. He told me that.
Yeah, but he's got his own reasons why. So if he is coming to join Obi, does that alone make it work? No. What about the other part of it? So
to me, this is what I wish for. This is what I wish for. Instead of them fighting themselves, criticizing themselves, they should come together to fight these common enemies.
Yeah, but what we are trying to, what we are expecting of people is that they should kind of jettison their own political ideas and then form an alliance. What if Sowore and Obi does not align together ideologically? We are just looking at.
But remember, 2 years ago and last year, Nigerians also indicated that if Omoyele Sowore and Kiste Mongalo can come together, and both of them refused as well. I don't understand.
Brother, that one you just said now, if you said the Obi one, I still a little bit agree. Whether it's Mongalo they call it, that one just, I don't know why people still mention it. Just forget him. The guy just left. He lost a primary election and he decamped from the party where he lost primary election. Well, what kind of? Listen, sometimes we have to be looking at these things. We have to critically examine a lot of things that is going on in our society. Right. If you are a true Democrat, you participated in a democratic process and you lost and then you decamp. How does it work? It doesn't make sense.
Thank you, my brother.
Even when he had a debate with Sowore on TVC during last election, this guy didn't even have a proper plan. He said, "Oh, we'll work on this, we'll work on that, we'll work on that." Sowore wiped him on the floor on that debate. Brother,
all right. Thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you. All right. Callers, please, everyone just hold on. I'm not going to pick any call for now. Okay, let me pick just this last call. Mr. F.A., thanks for calling us. Please talk to us. You have 1 minute. Please talk to us.
Thanks. Please, I'm very happy to be here today again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, what I just want to say, but I was a strong supporter of Sowore, but when I saw that video, well, man, I was like, no, this is what we were trying to. Why can't Sowore, like, why can't we Southerners work together as one force? You are seeing the Peter Obi flyer flagging everywhere. Why can't Sowore just be Sowore is an activist, and two, he was the one who brought us to this situation that we are now, because he was the one who degraded Jonathan. He flopped Jonathan for Buhari. What is this man telling us now? Telling us to do what again? That is and now he came out again. He wants to, because the attentions. I know you are fought. Yes, we should give him that kudos that he has fought. He has fought for what we believe for.
Thank you. Thank you,
but
my brother.
He is the one who brought us to this place that we are now.
Thank you.
He's the one who brought us here.
All right, let's move on. Thank you, my brother, Mr. F.A. All right, then.
Sorry, Najawo. You didn't ask this person question. He brought us to this place. How? He exposing Jonathan, the corruption. Is he crime?
Thank you. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody, just bullet point anything you want to talk about when we come back to you. We have a couple of videos we need to play now. But before that, let's play this.
Recently honored as the outstanding Igbo man of the decade by the Champion newspaper, Mr. Obi is credited with introducing fundamental changes in Nigerian politics and is remembered for the following achievements while in office: exemplary commitment to reforms and development, building relationships between Anambra State and other countries such as USA, Britain, Russia, European Union, Belgium, Israel, Venezuela, and others. Attracted big Fortune 500 companies like SAB Miller, Distel, and GlaxoSmithKline, Nemeth Pharmaceuticals, etc., to Anambra State. Under him, Anambra State was rated the least indebted state in Nigeria by the Debt Management Office. Anambra was adjudged by the Federal Ministry of Works the state with the best network of roads in the country, having asphalted over 800 kilometers of roads. He reopened long-closed schools and returned missionary schools to the original owners with a grant of 6 billion naira for their rehabilitation, distributing over 30,000 computers, internet access, Microsoft academies to over 500 schools. Anambra State students, for the first time, achieved first place nationwide in the 2013 WAEC and NECO Common Entrance Examinations. It provided 700 buses to secondary schools in the state and provided boreholes to over 300 schools. He also built classroom blocks.
All right. I'm sorry, my people. I have to stop that right there. Let's move on. We are going to another video, but this one is short. This one, a message, direct message to Atiku.
1993, Atiku contested with MKO Abiola, late MKO Abiola. Oshekini, O Lule. 2007, he contested with late Yaradua. Oshekini, O Lule. 2011, he contested with Jonathan Goodluck. Atiku Shekini, O Lule. 2019, he contested with Buhari. Oshekini, O Lule. 2023, 30 years after, Atiku is contesting with MKO Abiola's son. Because his own son, if he come forward, he don't suppress them. Omatu Shekini, Lule.
All right. Somebody, I want somebody to explain what Shokini Lule means.
He means
let me
Ubemoja.
explain that.
He means
Okay, somebody.
Ubemoja.
Okay, Mr. Ninja Wash.
Yes.
Let me explain that.
Please explain it.
Olule, you know, if you play a video of Tinubu, the one he spoke in Ogun State the other day.
Yeah.
It was he said when Buhari contested Onole. Onole means he fall on ground. You know?
Yeah.
So this time around, another word for Onole is Olule, which is also he fall on ground also. So this one is not saying Atiku also fall on ground. That is, he fade, he fall when he contested this number of times.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother, for letting me know what I was talking about. Olule.
Olule.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Now the way Dino Malai destroyed Tinubu now, so you know, say actor not they quit that for FIMO. In fact, in most cases they don't die at all. Even bows. Now last they go kill them. So that make us carry on this side. Because Dino Malai, the way they destroyed Tinubu, I don't get it. but I'd like us to listen to this. Thank you very much, my people. Please share. If you're just joining us for the first time, please subscribe to this channel, Naija Watch. Help us to like this video, please. By sharing, you are sharing our voice. You are letting our voice go far. That's what it means. You are taking our plights for other Nigerians to hear so that they can join the movement. That's what it means. So help us to share, copy the link, paste it in any other platform where you belong. Please, those of you watching us right now, help us to press the like button. Thank you very much. I appreciate every one of you. Let's listen to this.
I mean, I've had people who say here that Atiku and the PDP will be afraid of Bola Tinubu. Is that true?
That's ridiculous. That's funny. And for us in the PDP, we have advised Atiku to please put together his acceptance speech because he's the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Bola Tinubu, with his inordinate ambition, capricious manifestation, and reaction formation, is no match in any way. Bola Tinubu is a baby weight compared to an Atiku Abubakar.
How would you say that? Why would you say that?
In all ramifications. Even if
politically speaking,
politically, mentally, medically, socially, even religiously.
Break it down for us to understand. When you say politically, how would you describe a Bola Tinubu? A political
and Atiku Abubakar, in terms of political popularity, they are not on the same page.
You mean Tinubu is bigger than him?
How can Tinubu be bigger?
I'm asking.
How can Volkswagen be bigger than a 911? I mean, how can you compare? A toddler. With Atiku is Atiku. You yourself sitting here, you know that Atiku is Atiku.
Bola Tinubu will tell you that he's never lost an election.
I can also tell you that Bola Tinubu has never won an election.
He was a governor 2 times.
By what means?
And he supported President Muhammadu Buhari. I said that to win elections twice.
Sheung, use your church mind evaluate.
Is there anything like that, though?
If there is. Or use your godly mind to evaluate what we are talking about, or to analyze what we're talking about. In terms of political experience, you cannot put Tinubu and Atiku on the same page. In terms of political experience, you can't. Atiku stepped down for MKO Abiola, 19 no calendar.
1992.
Atiku Abubakar, by the virtue of being the vice president of this country at the time, have a political edge in terms of experience more than Bola Tinubu. 3, in terms of connections, in terms of political manpower, in terms of knowing this country, knowing and understanding this country, including the problems of this country, you cannot put them on the same page. And in terms of even vying for that position, a road you have passed through once, twice, thrice, a man who is trying to take that route for the first time cannot begin to drag muzzles with you.
So you're thinking Atiku might beat Tinubu at the time?
Not that Atiku might beat Tinubu. Go and write it down, and write it please clearly in capital letters. By 12 o'clock, by the grace of God, the election is over. We are celebrating that Tinubu is the candidate of APC.
I've had same people, I have APC people who have said on that same chair that even before noon, that Tinubu will have beaten Atiku Abubakar.
It is not possible that a sound, intellectually mobile, physically fit Atiku.
Can't you say same of Bola Tinubu?
If I give you the Bible, can you say same of him?
I'm asking a question.
I'm asking you as a journalist.
No.
If I give you the Bible, can you say what I have the adjectives I've used in qualifying my presidential candidate now? You are Sheung.
No, you are the one.
Kibaloye. I give you the Bible, and maybe we're anointing oil and a mantle on your left hand. Can you say that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is physically, mentally capable to be president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? And you covered the IPC convention, didn't you?
Senator, you are the one making comparison, and I'm asking. You've described your candidate with some adjectives, and I'm saying, can't you say same about Bola Tinubu?
Atiku was playing football. I will send you the video some 3-4 days ago. Ask the candidate of the APC to go and do same.
Is it a sports competition?
You have to be mentally and physically fit to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's a constitutional requirement. You cannot have. It's not possible for you to have an incapacitated president. It's not possible for you to have a president that will visit, just like this president is visiting London every now and then for medical trip. I mean, do you think Nigerians want to go back to that? We want to go from say Baba to say Kaka. Meanwhile, Kaka means grandfather, Baba means father. You want to move from father to grandfather? Is that what you want? Is that what you wish for Nigeria as a journalist?
Some people will say there was a time that we could not even hold Democracy Day celebration at the Eagle Square, but today we held such.
Anyway, you held such under what? By mobilizing more than how many military men and all that. Let's not deceive ourselves, my brother. The APC have brought pain, disaster, anger, anguish to this country. And I'm telling you that the only solution to our problems is Atiku.
To be honest, Dino Malai, you know, the thing long, the way they finish Tinubu for here, I will be surprised to see the same person move from PDP to APC tomorrow, because you cannot really trust these politicians. All of them are the same thing, you know. Meanwhile, let's listen further. 1 minute, my people.
Father, you want to move from father to grandfather? Is that what you want? Is that what you wish for Nigeria as a journalist?
Some people will say there was a time that we could not even hold Democracy Day celebration at the Eagle Square, but today we held such.
Anyway, you held such under what? By mobilizing more than how many military men and all that. Let's not deceive ourselves, my brother. The APC have brought pain, disaster, anger, anguish to this country. And I'm telling you that the only solution to our problems is Atiku Abubakar, who is the flag bearer of the PDP. You have a flag bearer of the APC who cannot even lift a flag. I mean, that is not what Nigerians are asking for.
Is that true that you couldn't lift a flag?
You covered that event, that convention.
We covered it live.
And Atiku Abubakar was under the flag by the national chairman of the PDP. And he was not assisted. He did not only lift the flag, understand, he actually moved it around. But Bola Tinubu needed the assistance of the national chairman and the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari. Even with that assistance, he could not lift, the flag bearer could not lift the flag.
Is that true? Because what we saw...
Can you put on the tape?
Okay, that's it there.
Can you put on the tape, please? Let's
that's
see.
It there
okay,
on the screen, Senator.
Just watch. I hope it's not edited.
No, we don't do that here.
Okay, just watch. Watch, please.
Maybe what you watched was different from what some Nigerians saw.
Anyway, we're watching. That is it. Watch.
So is he not lifting it by himself?
This is this is not what we saw. I have a tape and I can show you.
Senator,
I have a tape and I can show you.
This is exactly what happened.
This is not correct. This has gone through some tampering.
No.
I can assure you this has gone through some tampering.
We don't do that here.
Anyway, I can tell you that this has gone through some tampering. I watched the event live, not a recorded, doctored one like this. No. I watched it live, and I watched it on channels. I watched it on channels, and I watched it live,
Senator,
not a doctored one like this. No,
exactly,
I'm telling you.
This was exactly.
No, this is not.
So there's a point
where
the president and the national chairman.
Yeah, assisted him. Okay, just look at that. Look at that. What is Adamu's hand doing there? What is Adamu doing there?
What are you trying to say?
What is Adamu's hand doing there?
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is that he needs help. Atiku doesn't need any help. Okay, can you see what is happening there again? What is happening? What is Adamu doing? Adamu had to use his two hands to lift the left hand. Can't you see that? Cheung?
So, I mean, this is the reason why Nigerians should vote for your candidate other than Tinubu?
Because our candidate is not only intellectually mobile, is physically fit, mentally accurate, and administratively sagacious. That is Atiku Abubakar for you.
For those who have said that even the APC and the PDP, they have criticized and said, look, there is a third force that we need to look. We need to look at alternatives.
What third force?
Other than the APC and the PDP.
What third force? Atiku, Alu, at the first, at the second, at the third force, Alu Bumwabo.
What does that mean?
It means Atiku. Ankao first top, Ankao second top force, Ankao third force, Atiku. Think about this, the meaning is that Atiku will defeat first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, even up to the 10th force. Atiku Abubakar is the man to salvage us from these economic cankerworms and financial scavengers. I'm appealing to you, don't allow your children and your wife, when you get home, begin to show some anger. Because they are Nigerians and you are a Nigerian. You know what is happening in this country today. We are in a situation where we must speak the truth to power. Buhari has failed. Tinubu will come, it will be worse than Buhari, and that is why he cannot even get the opportunity. No sane Nigerian today will go to a polling unit and vote for APC with the amount of hunger in the land, with the amount of killings in the land, with the amount of kidnapping in the land, with the amount of even, let me tell you, even kids can tell that there's famine in the land.
Wow, wow, wow. That one, Dino Melaye destroying Bola Tinubu right there. You know, although I like this kind of fight, I like this kind of fight where we're not small. All right, my people, I appreciate every one of you. We have another video because of time, we are not going to have. I'm not sure we can play that one, but let's see how much time we are going to spend in analyzing this particular video. So I'll hand over back to you, Kashi.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Ninja Watch. Thank you so much for that. Guys, I'm really so sorry that I'm laughing, but Dino Malaye. Well, I'm just going to throw everything back to you guys because I want to know your thoughts and what you think about guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm laughing too hard.
Let me see you laugh. Don't be this laugh. Yeah.
You guys are not serious. Okay, guys, I'm really so sorry. But
No, you are
I'm
free
going to
to
throw
laugh.
this one to you guys because I really want to know what you people think. You know, some people still say that Peter Obi doesn't stand a chance, you know, amongst the likes of what is it called now, Atiku and Tinubu. People keep saying Peter Obi doesn't stand a chance. He doesn't have the proper backing. He doesn't have the money. He doesn't have this, that, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. So I want to throw this video back to you guys. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you guys think. Mr. 2NG, yes, so I'm going to laugh away my sorrow because Irene Finance, thank you for joining us today. You're most welcome. Thank you so much. I'm going to go straight to Engineer Ken. Engineer Ken, please, what do you think about the video that Mr. Ninja was just showcased?
Yes, hi. Yeah, I mean, the video is nice. I watched the news yesterday. I watched the China news and I heard former senators. I heard him when he was saying all those kind of things and running his mouth, you know, against Bola Tinubu. You know, Bola Tinubu is a carbon copy of Atiku. Both of them are thieves and they are corrupt. You know, so there's no different persons among the both of them. Even Dino Melaye, as a politician, him himself is another dirty person that are taking a lot of money from Vice President Atiku. You know, those guys, there's something else. They're not ashamed of themselves. You know, even no matter what he says about Tinubu, we all know Tinubu stories already. There's no new thing about Tinubu. We all know that Tinubu is devilish and corrupt, and both of them they came from the same party. They came from the same party, and they came from the same sin. So both of them are just criminals. You know, so there's no difference between them. Yeah, yeah. Right.
All right, thank you so much, Engineer Ken.
Yeah.
I'll move straight to Mr. Destiny. Mr. Destiny, please, what do you say about the video?
Yeah, thank you, Kashi, and thank everyone. I greet everyone. Good evening once again. For that video, really, me, I don't even have anything to say because you know me, like, all the politicians, both from APC and PDP, all of them are the same thing. There's nothing that will tell me. No one is good there. Because if any of them is good, Yeah, in the morning, this one will be in PDP. In the evening, we go back to APC. So this one that Dino Iminayi is talking now, if Tinubu give him the big offer now tomorrow, we'll go back to Tinubu and be praising Tinubu. That is how Femi Fani-Kayode before say of this is a dead man that is in Aso Rock now, dead living man is not good. But after some time, it's Fani-Kayode now that is telling us that even the dead man is the greatest president that we have ever have in Nigeria. And to worsen everything, he said his mother is even a Fulani. So you see that only APC and PDP, they are problem to Nigerians.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Destiny. Mano Bendel, please. Mano
Yeah,
Bendel, okay.
yes, I'm here. Good evening once again. I think Dino was just laying out the truth in his own language. And of course, the same thing goes to his principal, Atiku. But because he's on the side of Atiku, he's more or less trying to expose, what's his name, Tinubu. And that does not exempt him himself. He's even one of the worst politicians, young politician we have in Nigeria. They are all corrupt. And that is why Peter Obi, after stepping down, looked completely different, positioned to be seen as the opposite of those guys who bought and sold delegates in dollars. So that is why Peter Obi is sailing free as we speak, because he showed class, he showed leadership by getting off that set, looking for a new space to now project himself. That is why the average Nigerian youth bought into his project. And now it is no longer a Peter Obi project, it is a Nigerian project. The future for Nigerian people as we speak is to remain committed to the new promise of a new Nigeria through this wonderful event of Peter Obi jumping off the ship of PDP, even though they try to woo him back, knowing the amount of momentum he has gained overnight, he refused to go back to his vomit, and now he's sailing high. God bless him.
All right. Thank you so much, Mano Bendel. Mr. Godson.
Yeah, okay, yes, I'm still here. Yeah, so I think Mano Bendel has sort of stolen my thunder there. I think he said, oh, really? I think this is an opportunity. I know some people are trying to sow some doubts. You get a lot of people coming on this platform, writing all their silly comments and writing all kinds of things. And apologies if somebody finds that offensive, but some of the comments that people write, sometimes people say things that are not correct just to soil the man's name. But the thing I keep saying to people is that if you don't support Peter Obi, everybody doesn't have to support him, to be honest. But if you don't support him, you don't have to make up something negative that is not true because you don't support him. If you don't support him, it's fine. It's not a problem. But don't make things up. Just go ahead, sell your own candidate. So if you have a different person, if it's a Moyele that you want to, or if it's Sowore that you want to, tell us. Somebody was saying earlier, what has he done? It's okay being an activist, but the first time I spoke, I said the difference between people like Peter Obi and Sowore are Peter Obi is tested. He's been tested with power. When you actually touch power, that's when you can actually say what the man is. Someone like Sowore has not been tested until he actually has a little bit of power, and we see how he's used it. Did he use that power for the benefit of the masses? That's when you can now say, yes, he's been tested. Right now, all we know is an activist. An activist does not qualify you to become the president. If that's the case, then all activists should come out and say they should president as well. It's not just him. There are people who have been in this fight for democracy for years and years. Obviously, he has a platform because he has a lot of young people that look up to him. That's why it looks as if he's done the most things he's done so well. He's done well, but what he shouldn't do is begin to feel that he's like a mini god, that everything has to revolve around him. It doesn't have to be like that, okay? If the way things are going, what he needs to do is to key into it. If he doesn't want to key into it, that's fine, but don't badmouth the other person. But I'm sure somebody like Peter Obi is way too mature for this. He probably see this and just laugh it off and just move away. He's not going to get himself involved in stuff like this. But I'm only going to say people that support Peter Obi, don't get yourself, because what's going to happen is that between now and whenever the election happens, you're going to keep getting people like this come and try to stir the pot, saying a lot of silly things and making up stories. It's going to happen.
Mr. Godson, I'll have to stop you again right there. You said silly the first time and you apologized, and you're saying silly again. Please, we don't allow such words here. And
apologies.
Exactly, please.
Yeah, apologies. No, it's fine. It's fine. Apologies. Just I was talking
But
as I was
somebody
thinking.
agreed that the strike is true. So where is the silly thing coming from?
Sorry, no, pardon?
Did you say?
He said silly thing, but somebody agreed that the strike that Sowore talk about is true. Then where is the silly thing coming from?
No, I wasn't talking about Sowore. I wasn't saying Sowore is saying something silly. I'm saying
He's talking about the comment section.
I'm talking about the comment section. Lots of people are saying, making things up, saying things that are not true. Just trying to, and that's wrong. That's not nice. Okay, if you're trying to sell your own person, don't have to lie about somebody else. That's not right. Okay, that's the thing. I mean, you don't have to support the obviously there are more P2B supporters here. If you don't support him, that's okay. If you support Tinubu or Atiku, that's fine. Okay, but what you don't need to do is to soil the man's name. What you need to do is to sell your own person. Tell us what your own person has done. Tell us why your own person is qualified for the job. Okay, it's not good enough to say, well, it has to be Sowore because he led the student movement or because he's been in jail for 2 or 3 years. That's not qualification for the highest office in the land. There has to be something else. Okay, that's all I have to say. So people should just be mindful, be polite to other people. Obviously, I've used some wrong words here and there. I apologize for that. But what people need to do is try not to not let people wind you up or make you upset. I was a little bit upset, and that's why I used those words. But people have to control their temper. It's gonna get worse. As you get close to the time, these things are going to happen more. They're going to send people around to go to forums. They're going to get people going to forums. Some of them will pretend that they're P2B's the supporters, and before you know it, they'll start saying something else. It's going to happen. We know all this is going to happen. So, but people should just be focused and keep doing what they're doing. Keep trying. Some people are saying it's never going to win. It's better to keep doing what you're doing, even if it doesn't win. At least you've followed a just cause. You know what you're looking for is something that's a just cause. You're not just doing it for yourself. People like us that have lived overseas for over 20 years. We come back home and we're scared. You can't go out. If you want to go out, you have to sneak around. People, all these things have to stop. We're just tired. We want these things to change, and the only way it can change is good leadership. If you don't have good leadership, Nigeria is not going to move forward, and that is the problem.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Godson, for that. Mr. Tiobala, please. Mr. Tiobala, are you ready?
Thank you so much. First of all, for the video you shown, I think is already is visible to every Nigerians that Ahmed Tinubu is not fit to be Nigeria president. Yes, had he came maybe 10 years ago, fine, he would have been able to do something reasonable. But now, age is not on the side, despite the fact that he's claiming 70 something. I don't know. That is not my problem right now, whether he's 10 or 20. The most important thing is that health-wise, he's not fit, because we are talking about Nigeria. Because look at somebody now who is contesting for the position of presidency in the country. He's moving around, looking for solution for the nation, looking for how things are working out there. I don't see Tinubu doing that. I don't see Tinubu doing that. Even Atiku as well. And if you even check this political scenario now, you find out that for people saying Peter Obi might not win, even Peter Obi stand a better chance than these other two presidential candidates. Reason being that Muslim ticket will not fly for that south. Whether you take it or leave it. Muslim ticket will not fly. And look at what happened at Lekki to get another scenario. So when look at the scenario of ground, look at what is happening, look at the hunger in the land. And having what's it called? The current president is from the north. You cannot expect another northerner to take over the power again. So Atiku on the other side are failing in that direction. And we know fully well that most of the people that vote in this block are mainly from the southeast and the south as well, and the youth. With what I'm seeing around on social media and everywhere, you find out that the youth demography and the elderly as well, and people from the south region and the northern region are all clamoring for good governance, which is Peter Obi. The most important thing we should be looking out for now, whether they send them across the platform anywhere, we don't have to mind them. We'll just have to canvas for the candidates that matters. We are not doing it for Peter. We are not doing it for the East, or we are not doing it for the South. We are doing it for better Nigeria, because that is all we want. So I just urge everybody, talk as many to your people or whatever, reach out to them to go and get their PVC and get ready for the vote. That's just what I can say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tiobala. Mr. CM, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Kachi. Based on the video clip I watched, we all heard what Dino Melaye said. He's clearly campaigning for Atiku. That is understandable. But what I want to point out is the journalist did not handle the interview very well in terms of balancing. I know that, not that I love Atiku. Atiku is not. I don't even want Atiku to be there. But what he should have done was to bring Atiku's record. That's why Nigerians are not decisive yet. Atiku was vice president for 8 years. There must have been something Atiku did, or an area he handled under Obasanjo. That is what the journalist should have bring up, and then be querying Dino on it, or any other thing. It is okay to dismiss Tinubu. Of course, I know Tinubu is not medically, physically, he's not fit. He know he can't do it. Then Atiku on his own has corruption charges all over him. You can't just be looting treasury through what is it called, privatization that Obasanjo did, and all those Pentascoop and Halliburton. We are not kids. So that brings us to the only, in terms of populist appeal, the person we have now, who is Peter Obi. He's not a saint. We all know that. Nobody is. Nobody is a saint. But the thing is that, given everything, this is a man. Go to his character makes a leader. That's what Nigerians are yet to understand. The character of a man is what determines what he will do in office. If you are greedy by nature and you want everything to yourself, definitely when you go there, you see a bigger fish to steal. Tinubu was governor of Lagos State for 8 years, 1999 to 2007. Now he pocketed Lagos. All that he has to do is to go and form Alpha Beta when he left office, collecting rent for Lagos and then taking his loan. What sort of man is that? People do not find it morally reprehensible that such things are being done. Now look at Atiku. You are importing generator in a country in which we are looking for 24-hour electricity. Sometimes you use moral. That's where the strength of character comes in. So these two people are no go area to me. It's not because of PDP or APC or party. Is the Nigerians should vote for individual. Look at who is the person that you want to vote for. Forget about the name Labour Party or whatever. You are voting for Obi. If you are voting for Obi, who is the Obi you are voting for? Is the character of the man you are voting for. When you are hiring somebody, let's just put it this way. If you have a limited liability company, can you hire Tinubu as your managing director with all his record? Can you? Of course you cannot. Can you hire Atiku? What you do is that you tell them to write application, then you take reference. You go around because that is your interest they want to protect. So if Atiku cannot manage your private business, you can't employ him, and you can't employ Tinubu, then why are you recommending them to be Nigerian president? You look for Peter Obi, who is sound, mentally sound, and willing to do the job, willing to go the length and sacrifice, because that personal example is what will inspire somebody, maybe in Bayelsa, thinking that the president at Abuja, look at what he's doing. You that is in the village will say, oh, my president, and not to bring Tinubu, who will move Alpha Beta from Lagos to the federal level and then put Nigeria into his pocket, or Atiku, who is interested in. Okay, by the way, for you to even pay people to vote for you, what does he say about your character? When you count $30,000, $10,000, give somebody, I want you to vote for me. What does that tell you? I rest my case.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. CM. I'll move straight to Sure Life. Sure Life, please.
Okay, thank you, Lady Kashi. I respect every opinion, but for me as a person, okay, regarding the video you play in the first place, that is the no Melai for you. The no Melai and Femi Kayode, they are not from the same blood, but they behave like twins, you know. So it's not surprising. Obasanjo have a better word for them. But for me, I want to actually talk about Showere's statements. Sowore did not say Peter Obi is just an orphan. There's what we call the idiomatic expression. You understand? He used the word orphan. This is not to degrade him or to insult him. Because I watched the interview live. You understand? I watched when he made that statement, and I watched the following statement he used. You know, when people just capture a particular word and begin to analyze that particular word, it's kind of disappointing. I don't understand Nigerian. And you see, Sowore know what he's doing, and he know where he stands. Imagine when Nnamdi Kanu people, the Biafran agitators, were intimidating Sowore to join force with to forget about Nigeria and go for the breaking of Nigeria. If Sowore have agreed with them then, no bow to their demand, what will happen today? Nobody is talking about breaking up Nigeria again. No. When Oduduwa came up, you know, this is how the Yoruba people, especially from the diaspora area, this is how they intimidated him also, to also bow down to their demand. Forget Nigeria, go for Oduduwa. The Oduduwa they were talking about, it was all about their own interest, all the name of Tinubu coming up. Now, he resists them. It is now the newborn baby. Everybody is now rushing to carry the newborn baby. But Sowore ask a question. When Peter Obi was a governor, what did he do? Simple question. Nobody is even as including what's it called? Okun, the actor, the Nollywood actor. He did not answer the question. He was just beating around the bush, condemning Sowore. He asked a question. What did Peter Obi did? What did he do when he was a governor there? Did he build any hospital, international standard hospital, that when he falls sick, he himself can take treatment in that place? Did he build any school that his children can attend? These are questions that needed to be asked. Fine, it's good, it's my joy, it will be my joy, it will be my celebration. If the two of them can work together to rescue Nigeria, I don't have major problem with Peter Obi, but at the same time, let us not forget so soon that somebody awakened us to this level. Sowore awake everybody since 2019, 2018 when he decided to run. So all of a sudden, people are just betraying him, condemning him. No, it doesn't mean, it doesn't work that way. We are being hypocrites here. The fact that we don't want Atiku, we don't want what's it called, the old bullion van, does not mean that Sowore is no longer qualified. Sowore is qualified. Peter Obi is qualified to many. Yeah, it's good. But at the same time, let us not throw shade or just be condemning him to that level. I wonder what Jesus Christ went through. Because
Mr. Sure Life, please, I have to just hold you right there, please.
Okay, let me just round up then.
Who is condemning? No, not that. Who is condemning Sowore?
No, I've seen a lot of statements here since, and I've
Are
heard
you talking
it.
about the people in the comment section or what?
Even the people in the platform who are guest hosts here, some of them are condemning him totally.
Okay, I would like to just talk again about that. Please, like I said before, each time I start a live video, Niger Watch is a platform for all. Everybody is free to come and air their views. We still have people here who are supporting Tinubu. We still have people here who are supporting Atiku. We still have people here supporting Sowore, and we have people here supporting Peter Obi. So, but saying that one person is condemning one person, I don't think is a very polite word to use. This place is free for everybody to come and air their views, provided you don't use any hateful words or any hateful comments or anyone. You're free to support whoever you want to support. But I think what the other person said was you are free to support anybody without hating on the other candidates that you're not supporting. So you're free to just air your views, tell us why your candidate is the best person for the job, and let it be so. We don't have to pass any hateful words, or because people are watching, a lot of people are seeing this right now, so we don't have to sell any type of wrong information to people. So
Thank
please, you are free to
Okay,
support
well,
whoever
well
you
noted,
support
ma.
without any
Well
hateful
All
noted,
right.
words.
Edukashi. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Please
you.
go ahead, sir.
Please
Sorry
hold
for
on.
that.
Hold on.
Sorry
I
for
have
that. If I use the word they condemn,
thank you.
but
Thank you, Mr.
I
Shaw.
just want to. Okay, sir.
Mr. Shaw. Hold on, please. I have a caller. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
And thank you very much, Kashi, for addressing that. It is good to let people know that our platform does not support any kind of discrimination here at all. You know, hello, caller. Good evening to you. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening. My name is Michael. I'm calling from the UK.
Okay, sir. You have 1 minute. Talk to us.
Right. Thank you. I've been listening to the program. It's my first time calling in anyway.
Thank you very much.
But what I want to say is, let me just say about the Sowore, and then I'll go to the exact I want to say. I've been, watching Sowore for a very long time. He's been doing good. He's an activist. But there's a movement going on, and I do believe that this type of movement that is going on now is what he has been fighting for. And to be honest, I was expecting him to join the movement. Yeah, some people fight for freedom, and then some, in the future, someone else might take over the movement. All you have to do is to support the movement and not just to come up and start criticizing the movement.
Thank you.
That is one. But the actual thing I want to say is now, why Nigerians are there struggling for who will rule and who will not rule? The world has changed. Just look at in UK here, in the Western world, a 10-year-old boy does coding. The world has totally changed. Nigeria, just there, an 80-year-old man wants to rule you. What will that person actually inject? What kind of idea can the person inject into the society? The world is totally different. The world has moved. What I will advise people on this type of movement, it is good to, on social media. It is good, but I will actually advise everyone, this movement should not be on social media alone.
Okay.
Everyone should make sure it goes into the universities, it gets to the north, sensitize people, all these, what is it called, all these musicians, everybody should go sensitize the north, because the actual truth is that the north, voting is in the
Thank you,
north.
sir. Because of time.
Able to sensitize people in the north.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you, sir, for calling us. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's talk to, please, you guys bear with me. Let me pick another call right here. I have another man here. Please talk to us. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening to you. Your name and where you're calling from. Turn down your device, please. Turn down your device.
Okay. I'm Mr. Festus.
Oh, Mr. Festus.
UK.
Go ahead, sir.
So about Sowore and Sowore, nobody is against him.
Only that the movement, as the other man just said, it should join up with Peter Obi. We appreciate him. We are not saying Sowore is bad. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
And in this panel, because the movement in Nigeria, to me, I'm watching what is happening back home. I know both the Northerners and the Easterners, the South, the Southwest, we all are for Obi because everybody needs a change. And this is not what we have to tell any mature person again. All me, I believe now, just how we can just join hands to assist the movement to move on, so that Peter Obi will be able to achieve the presidency that we want him to go. That is what me, I'm just looking after, because saying this, comparing this, all that just waste of talking. Let us think of the strategy, because all these guys, PDP and APC, they are all smart guys because they are thieves. So in the way to block them, in case of make sure that our vote counts.
All right.
Counts.
Thank you, sir.
What we are thinking of now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Modai, please don't unmute yourself again. The noise on your background will distracting us right here. Thank you. Hello, good evening to you. Your name and where you're calling us from. Please turn down your device, please. Talk to us. Your name and where you're calling from. Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Sowore again. I'm calling from Toronto, Canada.
Okay, sir. Talk to us in 1 minute, please.
Yes, you are doing a great job. I just want you to focus on what you are about to do in 2023. 2023 is the birth of true democracy. 2023 is the resuscitation of Hope 93. 2023 is the reamalgamation of 1914. 2023 is the rebirth of Nigerian nationhood. 2023 is the true enactment of national unity, neighborliness, love, justice, and equity. 2023 is the death of social imbalance, ethnicity, regionalism, favoritism, and all the antisocial isms. And 2023 is Peter Obi, the epitome of all the above. Please concentrate on this. Ignore what critics are coming here to say, because we are not here to criticize. We are here to project what the movement is all about.
Thank you, sir.
Very much.
God bless you, sir. Thank you. All right. Okay. I'm done with calls right there. I'm sorry. I have to hand over back to Kashi again. Kashi, you have the floor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Niger Watch. So, I just had to quickly clarify that before we send the wrong message to the viewers out there. So let's go back to Mr. Showlife. Mr. Showlife, you were talking, please.
Okay, so as just to round up anyway, at the end of the day, I believe 2023, as I said, according to that mother just called us now, 2023 is a year of clarification to Nigeria. It will really define a lot of things, because for the fact that Atiku now representing the North, Oga Bullion Van representing the West, what's it called, Peter Obi coming from the East. Even though the three of them is not going to represent their ethnic group, but at the same time, we cannot leave ethnic out of the system. And Sowore standing for Nigeria is the center of it all, because it will really define a lot of things. Let's see how we go, and let's hope the election come and go peacefully, no loss of life. And it will be my view also, actually. Mr. Ninja Watch, you said you had a conversation with Sowore. I believe people like you have a direct access to these people. You can do more work on them, even with the Peter Obi. If they can work together, there's no big deal about it. But it will be my view at the end. But for the rest of them, Mogalu or whatsoever, just forget those ones. Those ones who just join. They're not join. Both they are needed though, but also are just now people they use those and say those one message will know their stand. So that is it, sir.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Showlife. We'll move straight to Model. Model, I hope I got that correctly. Good evening to you and thank you for
Yeah,
joining us
thank
today.
you so much. Yeah, thank you so much,
What will
and
be your
thank you for all
contributions,
this.
please?
Yeah, my contribution is that somebody said that we should not come to this platform to criticize other people. So, and that is true. So, whatever we are saying in this platform should be what we move Nigerians' mind, what we move us, so that 2023 will be fruitful for me and you. Because today, you know how many bishops and priests that was kidnapped in Nigeria today. It's so alarming in this current government. So, and we should be able, please, Niger Watch, please, you people should also extend this message to all Nigerians using this particular platform, because so many people watch this and so many people hear every statement we are saying. Okay, so now what we have to fight is that we know that a ruling party in Nigeria is powerful even than the constitution of our country, because they control INEC. INEC claimed to be independent, but they are not independent. APT was able to shift INEC date. It's not like that in the Western world. INEC is INEC. So that is our problem. So because 2023, they are saying it's going to be free and fair and credible. It's not going to be free and fair and credible because they have the power and they want to remain in power. So all these things coming here to criticize people is not what we need right now. As somebody said, this is a movement and all of us are in it. Nobody here is not tired of the kind of life we are living in this, our father's land. So the main important thing here, I'm sure not everybody in this platform now is in Nigeria. Even those that are in Nigeria, have you gotten your PVC? You see the struggle you will pass through before you will get your PVC. Being a citizen of a Nigeria, it's too hard. It's unfortunate.
Okay.
So I thank you so much. So let us continue to spread this good message so that the same people will not be in power, because that's what they are trying to do today in the Senate. APC majority step down and move to PDP. What are they trying to do? They're trying to move to Atiku right now so that they're going to retain this power. So we have to condemn that.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moda. We're going to, Mr.
Kashi, please try to make it to 2 minutes. So that
We're
we can.
rounding up. We're rounding up after this section. We're rounding up after this, please.
Okay.
Mr. CM, unmute yourself, please.
I have. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. CM, you said you wanted to ask a question. Please go ahead. And your question is directed to Sure Life. Mr.
Yes.
CM, please go ahead.
I want to say, not really a question, but let me just inform him. If you want to know, because you said Sowore was asking what did Peter Obi do when he was as governor, when he was in Anambra State as governor. Please, I will ask not just you, but whoever that is listening. Go to the interview that Peter Obi granted Brekete family. He said everything there. So it is, you may not agree, you may not like what he did, but that question he has answered it. Instead of saying, Sowore asked him a question, asking what did he do, and nobody was able to answer. Secondly, he made mention of a world-class hospital. Peter Obi started the medical school of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, the College of Medicine, and built a teaching hospital from the scratch that made Nigerian Medical Association and National University Commission to accredit medicine, and they've been graduating doctors there. The teaching hospital is equivalent to UNTH, the one you have in Lut, or UBTH in Benin. So the man did some work. If you go to Anambra, go and ask. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. CM. Thank you for that clarification. I hope you all will go back and make
Can I come in?
Who is that? Sure Life. Okay,
Sure
please
Life.
make it because we have people who have not said anything.
Mr. CM, thank you very much for that information. But has there been any time Peter Obi fall sick and take treatment in that hospital? Simple question.
Yeah, yes. Peter Obi was sick. I don't know the year, maybe around not even when he left office. That was either 20. You can help me check the year. Either 2017 or 2016. He went to the one they called Waterside Hospital at Odoapu, Onisha. He came to say it on air. He said that's where he went and he was treated. So it was the hospital he also helped establish, not exactly the teaching hospital, because the teaching hospital is at Yoka State Capital, but because he lives at Onisha, he went to Odapo Hospital. Waterside Hospital, somewhere at Odapo, Onisha. That's what he said. So I'm quoting
All
him.
right. Thank you, Mr. Singh. Thank you for that clarification. I believe we all can go back and make our research on this, because Nigeria Watch is a platform where we all come to learn and get more information about everything that is happening around us. Okay, so we're going to go straight to Mr. Machiavelli. Mr. Machiavelli, please.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Kachi, and thank you everyone for all your contributions so far. My take is this. I'm going to go to what Oga Dino Melaye was saying. Please, my fellow concerned citizens, do not play on these people what they are saying. They are bringing their shenanigans out. Look at somebody who is actually campaigning for his own principle, laughing at the other person as well. Is it not the same rope that is holding both of them? It's like a pot is laughing at a kettle and said, you are black. Don't they themselves know that they are both black? So Nigerians, please don't queue on it. You are laughing at somebody that the person is not credible, he cannot give you anything. But you forgot that the same electricity we have in Nigeria, God Dino, have you forgot that the generator company has it finished in Nigeria? So please ask your principal. And also for the All Progressive Congress, like I told you, these people has been recycling themselves for ages. Let's not just focus on that. Nigerians, like I said, the concerned citizen, this is your time to take back your right, your franchise. It is yours. Like I said before, it is not about Peter Obi. It is about your right to elect people, for them not to elect people for you again for your generations to come. This is what it is. And one thing, another one I must put, when I spoke before, I told you that the next thing we have to target is the National Assembly to make sure we elect credible people, that we see that the dividends of democracy is what they are going to strive for, to work with the person who is there to carry the nation forward, because these are the same people who is going to frustrate whoever you bring in there. The third of all is INEC. Why INEC has given a deadline, Nigerians are crying for their PVC. This is the first time that Nigerians want to go and exercise their franchise. We should be advocating for INEC to extend the deadline. It is our right. They cannot tell us or dictate for us. So this is what I urge Nigerians to keep doing. In every platform you may belong, this is the things you must put in. One, let us target the National Assembly, not by fighting, not violence, but ensuring that you vote credible people. All these people that are saying that are carrying Senate form are hiding it in their pocket because they want to go and sit down there and, chop cola or tell you how many wives they have and say, Aisha, stand up. Bumi, stand up. Shakara, stand up. They want to tell you that. These are people that are supposed to be making laws for you. Right? So, Nigerians, it is not about Obi. This is about a revolution for you to take back control as citizens, as it is stated in the definition of democracy, the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So you are the people. You should tell the government what you want to do and what they need to do. You have the power. So those three things, the National Assembly, please don't vote those people that are buying form and hoarding it. Vote for credible people that you've not seen. Just put them there. Tell them you voted them for a purpose, the dividends of democracy, not the dividends of money bags. And tell INEC to extend the deadline. Nigerians must get their PVC and exercise their franchise. But this one, I'll close it here. Thank you, my fellow Nigerians, my fellow panelists, and commenters, and also the concerned citizen. It is a pleasure to be with you tonight, and it is au revoir. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you, my brother Israel. Thank you.
Amen, amen. Thank you so much, Mr. Machiavelli. Let's move straight to Mr. Tunaija. Mr. Tunaija, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for having me.
Okay, I'm so sorry, Mr. Tunaija. Let me just quickly come in. I hear one Mr. Emeka on the comment section saying that the panelists are selected people. No, it's not selected, please. The software we use can only allow 10 people at a go. So you have to come early. We start our broadcast most times by 5 p.m. Nigerian time every day. And every Friday we start by 6 p.m. So if you come early enough, you will secure a spot for you. The link is always posted on the comment section. All you have to do is click on the link and it will bring you straight to the backstage and we're going to accept you. So please try and be on time next time. There's no partiality here. We're not being biased here. The panelists are not being chosen from anywhere. It's first come, first serve. I hope I've been able to answer your question. Thank you very much, Mr. Emeka. Okay, straight to Mr. Tunaija. Please go ahead.
Yeah, as I was saying, greetings to members of the panel. Yeah, I say, show me my money. That's how I look at these things. I want to see where these people are putting all our money. I saw a video of Peter Obi giving a lecture about some of the issues with the Nigerian system and what was going on. And clearly, there's a lot of money going missing all over the place. So, and it comes down to some of those things I was talking about. We should be asking them to show us the money. We want to see the account, where the money is going to. And this one calling Bola Tinubu a baby is just one of those stupid dramas that they like to use to distract people and, to get us dancing to their tune, basically. And we shouldn't fall for it. We shouldn't fall for it. It's nonsense.
Okay.
Because it's all the sideshow that they use to entertain us while they mess our lives up, And one thing I can give, Peter Obi credit on is on the woes of the Nigerian economy. He gave far more of an in-depth analysis of what was going on. And the only area I see that he seems to be lacking, and for me, that is even more critical, is the security aspect. I find that problematic that he's not talking more about that part. He just says, security is important, security is important. No, it's not just important, it's essential. And you have to talk about what you're going to do, because he goes into details about the economic part a lot, and which is very, very important that people know the depth of how poor Nigeria is. People don't understand how poor the country is. We have resources, we are manpower rich, but we are very poor, in terms of the cash, and our priorities are all wrong. Because I tend to focus on security, but Peter Obi tends to focus on economy, and what he said about our investment in education is just atrocious, and our investment in our systems is just. He talked about fuel subsidies and all that stuff. So those things, you can see that he has the potential to deliver for Nigerians. But I tell you, but I beg Nigerians to truly understand that security, if somebody don't spell out what they're going to do for you for security, everything that they will do can all wash away like water on this in a dog's back. And we have to have them spell out. We have to set the standard high. And I already see that. I already see Nigerians are asking for more. That's why they are throwing, Tinubu and all of them out of the pram right now. So I hope that they stick to it and start demanding stuff like the way they did with NSAS. I keep using that as an example. So we remind people that they were clear in their head. I don't know how the young men did it then. They were clear in their head. They had their list. This is exactly what we want. This is how we want to see it happen. They should do it now. Now it's even more critical. This one matters more. It's almost, it matters to the future generations that are coming. It's not just, NSAS is just one inconvenience to the young men carrying an iPhone and all the rest of it. But this one, it matters to everybody and the future of our nation. And the thing I was saying yesterday too about Peter Obi becoming president is that it's not only, you know, I observed Obama when he was talking, you know, he started making his first speech, and I saw a man turn from a man to a symbol. And I get a feeling that Peter Obi, if he does it right, he becomes one of those. And when that happens, he could, for once, heal the country's divides. Because this man represents the marginalized group and has never held the position of leadership in Nigeria for how many decades now. And at the same time, he's spelling out, he's the most promising politician among the three we have now. And in one swoop, by electing him, you bring the country for once together again. And you, at the same time, you have a conscientious individual, at least up to now, from what you've seen, in office. So if he does it right, it could be a great thing for the country. And if I look at it from that aspect, I think by far he's the best candidate, because Nigeria has suffered too much. We can't have, okay, look at it now. We could have a Yoruba man for another 8 years. Altogether 16 years since the last dispensation. We could have a Fulani man for another 8 years. Altogether another 16 years Fulani in this last dispensation. But if we have an Igbo man, that the other two will keep the issue in the East alive, the marginalization issue alive for the next 16 years. Okay. But if this man comes in, he solves two problems. He gives us good leadership and heals that divide. It won't go. People that used to agitate for Biafra, many of them are talking Peter Obi. I've seen one guy that every day he's cursing Nigeria. He is cursing Nigeria. He wants to break Nigeria up every single day on YouTube. But now he's screaming Peter Obi. It tells you what he represents.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Tsunaija. Thank you very much for that. I'm just going to give everybody an opportunity to round up on everything that they've talked about so far. So we're going to come to the end of the broadcast. I can see that we have new people on the backstage. We have Mr. Enti. Mr. Enti, good evening and thank you for joining us today. Mr. Okundaye, good evening and thank you for joining us today. Thank you so much. I have some new people on the comment section. I can see CB, I can see David Okunwafo, I can see you. Thank you so much for joining us today. I can see EC King Talk. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope I pronounced that very well. I can see Golden Knack Records. Golden Knack Records. Thank you for joining us. Evans, thank you for joining us. I can see Morgan Egbedi. Thank you. Till NG, thank you. Ikenna Favor. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate you. I can see O Ekwase. Thank you so much. I hope I got that correctly. Philip Woolley. Thank you so much for joining us today. I can see Golden Knack Records. Golden Knack Records. Thank you for joining us. Evans, thank you for joining us. I can see Morgan. Thank you. Till NG. Please always mute yourself when it's not your time to talk. Please always do that. Thank everybody on the comment section. Thank you to the viewers. Thank you everyone. Thank you guys. If I had not mentioned you, I'm so sorry about that because we're working with time here. Thank you guys. Mr. NT, please stop unmuting yourself. You're distracting us. Please stop unmuting yourself, Mr. NT. Thank you very much as you do so. So like I was saying, I'm going to give everybody 1 minute to round up on everything that they've talked about so far. And we're going to start with Mr. Okundaye. Mr. Okundaye, good evening and thank you for joining us. Please, your 1 minute starts now. You came late, so sorry.
So that is why only what I have here to say is that because I did not really know much of this thing, but I want to beg that Peter Obi should take his vice. If he can find a better northern woman to be the vice of the party, I will be very happy. Not even my northern, if it is a youth, if it is a lady, but it should be Northern lady. So I will be very happy for that. So that is for the as the candidate. Then I want to say of the Sowore, I love Sowore, but Sowore should stop antagonizing Peter Obi, because what Peter Obi did is not in the spirit, it is physical. Whoever want to confirm should go to Anambra before they can come out to say he did this one, he did not do this one. The person whoever have not go to Anambra to go and ask should not come out to social media and begin to rant. So we all support it. We are SAC that support. But in this, I was the person always celebrating that Peter Obi is the person all of us should support. Thank God that the movement is on. So we will continue. Peter Obi for sure. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Okundaye, for that. That was very straight to the point. I like that. Thank you so much. We're going to move straight to Mr. Omori. Mr. Omori, please, your 1 minute starts now. So sorry you came late.
Thank you, Kachi. I was actually here earlier, but I lost my play because of network fluctuation.
Yeah.
I was able to come back. I wasn't able to come back. Yeah, to go straight to the point, all protocols were duly observed. Once again, thank you for the opportunity. I want to just have a word of caution. Like I always say here, for the past couple of weeks, my greatest joy is not about individual. My greatest joy right now is about Nigerians beginning to wake up. When we started this show, it was like a joke. People were making mockery of us. They will come here. We are here on social media. We are wasting our time. We do this. We do. But now the movement is gathering momentum. It's fighting like Hamatan fire. My greatest joy is Nigerian people who have been too gullible for a long time are waking up gradually from their slumber. That should be our focus. And a word of caution for our Igbo brothers. We are one. If we say we are one, we are all Nigerians. You can't continue to attack Sowore. What has it done? What has it done? You can't do half of what Sowore has done. Sowore would have been dead by now. Somebody you know what it is to even criticize government for 1 minute in Nigeria? At the time, we created routes for people to just escape. We are living in Nigeria without passport. People were disguising like women to leave. Somebody left America to go and face that hellfire called Nigeria. Face and bullet. You can't come here and begin to wish Sowore. What has it done? Sowore is a catalyst. In a chemical reaction, there are some agents that will react to form a result. There are some catalysts that will speed up that action. Sowore is a catalyst, whether you like it or not. There are a lot of things Sowore has going for him that you don't have. Peter Obi don't even have. We don't want to come here and castigate or malign or relegate the person of Peter Obi. My greatest joy is the movement of the people, actualization of the people's dream, so that we can do away with our political renegades like Atiku, Abubakar, ancestors. Like we can do away with the 35%ers, the people that have been holding us down for too long. We should be talking of how to come together as a united family and form this, fight a common goal. We have a common enemy to fight who are not willing to leave us, not coming here to castigate the person of Sowore. If Sowore has not done anything, what does he have? So the other day, somebody was saying he has not prepared budget. What are you talking about? If you know the risk Sowore is taking for you, you will be here castigating Sowore. Where was the Peter?
Mr. Mori, thank you very much. Mr. Murray, thank you very much.
For Dino and Co. I don't know what they have to preach to Nigerians this time around. If Nigerians if we have shame, if we still have a modicum of shame in us, if we still have integrity in us as a people, I don't know what PDP and APC would preach to Nigerians that they will listen to. To their supporters, they should be ashamed of what came out of their convention. They have no candidates for this election. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Murray. Thank you so much. We're going to move straight to Emeka Eric. Thank you for joining us. Your 1 minute starts now. So sorry you came late, but your 1 minute starts now. Just round up on everything that we've been talking about. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, good evening, viewers. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
loud and clear. Please turn down your device, Mr. Emeka Eric. Turn down your device there.
Okay. Is it down? Is it okay?
Yes, it's better. Please go ahead.
Okay. So, good evening, viewers, and good evening, panel. This is my first time of joining, and I want to commend you guys for the great job you're doing.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining us today. Please endeavor to join us more times.
Exactly. So, my own contribution is just to highlight
Mr.
the
Emeka,
importance.
sorry that I have to interrupt you. Which country are you joining us from?
Okay, I'm calling from Pakistan.
Pakistan. Okay, go ahead.
Calling from Pakistan. So, my own contribution is based on the kind of candidates that we have. Everybody.
Black and white. Black and white.